Yeah, you know, you can just go to sleep if you want, Footisms. You don't need to stay.
I'm really comfortable right
Oh, you like can't be asked to push yourself out of the Discord?
now. Yeah.
Do you want me to put you in AFK?
No, because then I'm gonna fall asleep on the sofa. I don't want.
Right. Well, that doesn't make any sense to me, and I hate you. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna play this game again because I'm convinced I can beat it if only I believe in myself. So that's gonna be the key here. All right, I'm a little bit drunk, but you know, we can do this. Oi. Yes. Also, fake Mola posted my stream. Wow, that was quick. Wow, thank you.
Do you stream
Best.
with OBS now, by the way?
Yeah, well, Streamlabs OBS, I suppose. I changed the thing so that it streams me to YouTube, even though I can't stream to Twitch easily now. I'd have to change it again, but I haven't needed to change to stream to Twitch in like ever, so I suppose that works out.
I back.
Hello, Amy. I am streaming, so don't say anything racist, otherwise people will be complaining.
Okay, faggot. Wait. Not racist.
True, but it's still bigoted, and people hate
Yes.
bigoted material.
Sorry. I'll never do it again.
I've already taken a hit. Does that mean I've invalidated my no-hit run of Castlevania Souls?
Ooh, why would you even make that reference?
True dat. I apologize. Oh god, I just dodged that guy without realizing he exists. High five. I love the soundtrack on Castlevania, by the way. That's something I feel like goes unappreciated. The later levels have some great shit.
I've
Right.
never played this game. I wouldn't even know.
I wouldn't blame you. The only reason I tried it was because I saw JonTron and Aaron play it. An interesting tidbit, when watching, because Aaron Hansen did a very good sequelitis video on the difference between Castlevania 1 and 2, I think it was. And he says that Castlevania 1, he advocates for how good it is, but you'll see it in a second if I can just show you, because I get raped by enemies. When you jump up, you're basically frozen in time until the jump ends. There's nothing you can do. And it's the same for if you jump right or if you jump left. There's nothing you can do until you land. So
you're on a set trajectory and no control.
And he makes this joke. He says that, you know, most things are good in Castlevania, if not for the fact that it's, you have to fucking get married to your jump. You know, he's saying, like, it's a commitment. But then when he's playing with Game Grumps, he says that, it's not even that bad. Honestly, it's just something you have to get used to, and that a lot of people overblow that. And that he said it in his video because of, it's practically a, like, it's almost like a sin to not admit to it. And I remember that was the first moment where I was like, wait, he's not honest in his videos? I was like, oh.
Kind of hypocritical.
Yeah, and you know, I hope that I don't necessarily say stuff for the sake of public opinion, as opposed to what I genuinely think about a game in my videos. But yeah, that was one of the first examples. It's not a huge point. The point is that he's right in his video. Personally, he's wrong, but he's right in the video. It's fucking annoying because you could start a jump and then know, oh, I'm dead, and there's nothing you can do about it, which is, I would say, evident of the old technology, basically. But you know, that's
But yeah, but if it's just the general game's mechanics, then you just have to learn to deal with it, right?
true. But you wouldn't catch it in newer games, I don't think. Like, can you name any new games past 2000 that involve games that basically make you sort of commit to a jump? Like, I can't think of any myself. When I played this for myself, I was like, God, this is that was the biggest clue to me in terms of an old, like a game that came from older times, if that makes sense.
Mm.
Flappy Bird.
Yeah, I wouldn't know
Flappy
any from the
Bird.
top of my head now either, but it's probably awesome. But if the mechanic is in place, then it's probably in place on purpose and not because of
Yeah.
technical restrictions.
And this is the thing, there are other games that came out around this time that I think that probably did have a jump that that allowed you to move. I don't know. NES too old for
Well, I mean,
Mola.
Mario was some version of Mario was out at that time, was it not?
Surely,
Pretty
yeah.
sure you had the ability to kind of adjust your jumps.
Nice jointed bit you had with Wolf. It was very entertaining, and I hope that you guys enjoyed it, especially you, Tom Bradley. Thanks for checking it out. One drink for each death? No, I'm already very drunk. I've stopped drinking now before I die.
I'm gonna say don't suggest that. We kind of want to keep this guy alive for another little while.
You could never beat Frankenstein, Mr. Shit. I'm gonna show you how to beat him, because I beat him in the last stream. We got Medusa as the next boss. I'm pretty sure we can do this. Just gotta believe, alright? Oh god, okay, we're good.
Have you played the Symphony of the Night one then?
No, and that's the weird thing. When people talk about Castlevania, they're mostly talking about that, while I always think of this, and I'm like, oh right.
That is the iconic one, right? That's the one everyone's referencing when they talk about Metroidvanias and stuff.
Yeah, no, they're not talking about this. when they mention Metroidvania, they're not talking about this.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because I really do like this game. But I always rate it as a game that came out in a time where games weren't very great. That's like the context, because it's just not that great. But as a singularly small game, I really like it, and that's a bit weird to say, I suppose. But it is very entertaining to me.
It's just
I love the challenge. Super old. Like, there's no way around that one. Like, this sequence by here is one of the worst. There's a series of Medusa heads that, if you're not careful, can knock you right off the map, which is the most fucking frustrating thing ever. You just gotta be really careful.
You have to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, which is... You know, and people like, you could use save states. I am one of those faggots that say, like, you shouldn't use save states. But there are times when it's like... Funnily enough, XCOM, I don't know why you would play that game without save states, but then a second you use save states, the game is ruined. So it's like... I don't know, man. I don't even want to... I don't like XCOM. I was talking to Passion the Nerd about that. He said XCOM is one of his favorite games, and I was like, oh... I feel like an alien. I'm like the only person that didn't fucking think XCOM's a good game.
I imagine XCOM can have it can be a very different experience for people depending on what happens to them.
Just look at that death.
I'm looking. I'm waiting. Oh.
Like, okay. I don't know if you disagree, but it seems to me that I fucking fell through the goddamn floor.
I mean, it was probably like a pixel-perfect miss, but yeah, it did look like you should have just barely hit the edge of that.
Let me catch up with chat a little bit. Hello, my boy. Hello, Lord Spada. How do? Who were you and Wolf debating earlier? You'd have to ask Wolf. I'm not actually sure. Death Incarna, I think it was his name, but I don't know anything other than that. Castlevania soundtrack are epic. Have you heard the Black Castlevania soundtrack disc that came with the original Symphony of the Night on PlayStation 1? I have not, but if it's got anything to do with this game, like an updated version, I imagine it kicks ass. We do an unbridled rage or critique of Interstellar. I will do an unbridled rage of Interstellar. You can guarantee seeing that, because it's not even by request. I want to do that regardless, because I hate that film. Someone asked me what films do I hate, and I was like, yeah, Interstellar is probably one of them. Do you have any films you hate, Emi?
Not from the top of my head.
Yeah, because typically I say no.
Deeply hate, no.
But I can confirm to you that after I watched Interstellar in the cinema and came out with Alex, I was like furious with the film, which is rare. John Wick 2 is another film I did that with, which surprises a lot of people because they love John Wick 2. You're wrong to enjoy it, people. You're wrong. You're bad people to enjoy things. Don't worry, I wouldn't argue that. But the point is that I'll make one on John Wick 2 as well. It's gonna be fun. There's plenty of things to expect from the future of this channel. Are you using some kind of fancy filters?
We should start asking what you're not gonna do videos on.
That's true. There are filters on this. I don't know how to get rid of them. Standard filter? Let's see if this works. Oh, there you go. So this is what the game normally looks like. It's a little bit more pixely.
Less pink, I assume. Or is the normal color palette?
Yeah, let's have a look. Do you guys prefer it on the standard? Because I don't know, I'm used to the sort of... Oh, that's horrible. Let's try the other one. Scale X? Yeah, I kind of like that filter. I don't know. Am I weird for that? That one's also okay. I never played this on its original filter, so I don't know
I mean, on the original screen, it would have just been blurry as fuck, I guess.
Yeah, because Alex commented on it as well. He said he saw me playing this, and he said that the filter was horrible because it completely like ruins what this game would have looked like originally. But I don't know. I just don't think it looks as good in the original sense. I don't know if you noticed this, Amy. So many people in chat are gonna be frustrated by me saying this, but you know the video you just saw as a preview of what's to come on my channel. I was using the original footage of Star Wars as opposed to the newer one. Did you notice anything in terms of quality? Like it was a little bit more blurry, a lot less HD whenever I showed original clips?
I must confess I didn't pay too much attention to it.
That's fine. It is. Like, if you put them side by side, you'd notice, because I did. Someone commented saying that they wanted the original footage instead of the new version. The scene they referenced was that when the Death Star explodes in the original, it explodes. It doesn't have a ring, which in the new version it does. And I didn't even know that. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Without added effects, is it? Or what?
Yeah, there's a bunch of fire and explosion, of course, but there's a ring of explosion that happens. Oh fuck. That only happens in that one. Yeah, Bio. I'll give you it. I haven't gotten around to sharing it yet. But point being is, I think this looks better on Castlevania. You guys can decide. Using Fancy Phil, Rose versus Jar Jar lightsaber duel. I'm on board with that. Why do you hate Interstellar? You will find out, sir. Symphony of the Night is the best Castlevania game ever. I have not played it. I do plan to. Old Castlevania game design versus Metroidvania. It's not very good. Old Castlevania, the only reason I like it is because of the challenge it presents. That's my biggest thing. Any guilty pleasure movies you like, but you know are bad movies? Batman and Robin is the film that I always reference for that question. I love it.
Oh, that's the one with Ice, with Mr. Freeze, right?
Yeah, and it's been too long since I've seen it recently. I need to watch it again, but I find it so amusing, and it's so bad. Yeah, like, I enjoy watching it. I'd probably prefer to do it while drunk, but yeah. I'll get you the video as well, Jack. Bio. Why are you called Overlord Jack? Is your real name Jack? I don't think so. That debate was hilarious.
It's incognito.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, genius. Okay. Well, let's hope I don't fuck this up this time, because this is my last life as well. Jesus. Come on. Oh, I think I need to kill myself there.
Baller, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Do you know, that's one of my favorite memes from the prequels, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. It's literally just Ki-Adi-Mundi asking about it. It's the fact that everyone referenced it so much that I just got to the point where I was like, that is fucking funny to me. That got memed. Because, I don't know about you, but for me, for some reason, Do It makes sense to meme, and, you know, a bunch of other shit. But the droid attack on the Wookiees is so innocuous that getting fucking memed is just the best thing ever.
I mean, is there a point in questioning memeability at this point?
Oh, right, no, of course. Oh, what the fuck did he fire for? That's cheating. You're a bad snake monster. Batman Forever is the correct Batman guilty pleasure. I mean, come on, Darren. It's both that one and Batman Forever. I love both of them, by the way. I think they're both terrible, though. I love Jim Carrey and Tommy Lee Jones both fighting for the ridiculousness of the scene. Like, they're both trying to out-ridiculous each other. It is brilliant and hilarious and terrible, and I love it. Do you know The Last Jedi is out on DVD at the end of this month? I mean, a lot of people are concerned about the deleted scenes and featurettes and stuff. I've never done that on my videos. I've never covered it. I've always left that to Plinkett. He tends to be someone who does it. So, Also, I've never fought Medusa without a weapon, so this will be interesting. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna die.
I mean, you could argue the cinematic version is the one that is ultimately meant to be seen, even though it's not the quote-unquote definitive director's cut kind of thing, but it's the initial impression, right? So the most natural version you would get to see.
Fucking hell, I came so close to dying then. Yeah, I agree with that. You know, a lot of people actually argue that you shouldn't judge a film based solely on the cinematic experience versus the home theater one. And for me, I find that so hard to distinguish that I sort of I don't want to make the distinction, basically.
It's interesting though. Like, wasn't the home theater version, like you said just now, didn't it used to be like a watered down cut version, just because of technical issues?
I don't know, honestly. But
Like, I'm pretty sure it was like because you had a different screen size and stuff. It was like centered, and they had to cut a whole bunch of shit so it fit on the tapes and stuff
they were
like that.
usually different versions, as far as I know. But I'm a bad person to ask because I was too young at the time of that being sort of propagated. Izuna Drop, thank you for the $2. Found your channel recently. Loved the Outlast vids. Well, what did you like about them? Is my question, and thank you for the donation. Did you watch the Star Wars Holiday Special? I'm going to do... My plan is, I've already got a video set up for this April Fool's, but next April Fool's, I want to do a serious critique on that that movie, because it's so stupid, and I want to treat it seriously, and I feel like it could make a really good April Fool's video. So, you know, try and hold me to that by next year, I suppose. Do you know about the last... Oh, wait, I read that. What do you consider to be the best and worst book to movie adaptations? Ooh. The problem is, I've only read Game of Thrones and Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. So, both of them being adapted to a TV show and a movie disappointed me. Now, I know that some people could be like, why would the Game of Thrones one... I mean, I don't think many people would be confused about that one. The later seasons pissed me off as someone who really enjoyed the books. And the whole reason I got into the books was how good the initial seasons of Game of Thrones were, so how confusing is that as a fucking position to be in? Lemony Snicket, the new TV show, is awful, as someone who loved the books, and the movie was okay. I was kind of disappointed with the movie as well, though. So they would be my worst choices, but they're the only choices I even have, if that makes any sense. Also, hi Jenna, how you do?
It's surprising how many adaptations there are, though. So considering how bad they usually rated, they keep trying.
Yeah, I mean, they still make money, right? So that's the bottom line, I suppose. Like, you wouldn't make a... Well, they're making a season 2 for Lemony Snicket ones, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah, and, you know, I was really positive about it. I thought it had a lot of potential. I made Alex watch it with me. We couldn't survive. And it's really sad because I always assume, partially, that Alex is someone who doesn't give enough chances to media, but I was even clocking out before him. I was like, I can't stand this shit. And I sort of have an empathetic moment because Alex reads a lot more than I do. So if we ever watch adaptions, he's always like quicker to poop it than I will. But it's a weird feeling to be emotionally invested in a book series and then watch it be destroyed. You're like, nah, I'm alright. Like, I'm not fucking getting involved in this shit. Fucking Skeleman, stab! Wow. How much health did I just lose? I'm totally gonna kill the mummies, guys. What are you talking about? Time. I don't think time works on the mummies. I guess we'll find out. Oh no, I'm dead.
You're doing it wrong, Kyle.
I'm doing everything wrong. I'm not good at this game.
Oh look, Bio called himself Bio now. That's cool.
Oh really? Neat.
Yeah.
What horror do you look forward to seeing in RJ's director's cut of... No. The funny thing is, I look forward to having a HD copy to be involved in my clips when I make videos on the Star Wars films in terms of The Last Jedi, but other than that, it's a
There's
mockery.
There's going to be a 10-minute offshoot clip of Captain Phasma outside her armor, like in her little suite, cooking something, watching a show, something weird like that. I wouldn't be surprised.
And it'll be the best thing that ever happened to Star Wars.
Yes. She's gonna have a girlfriend as well, obviously.
You making fun of the fact that she's a minority?
Is she?
I don't know. Probably. I can't believe I just did better on that section drunk than I ever did in the previous stream on this. That is insanity. Also, I swear to God, if time doesn't work on these fucks, I'm so gonna die. Wait. Oh, it doesn't work on them. Fuck. Why didn't... No, they had 2 HP left.
Oh god, that is disturbing.
There's only some bosses that the time thing works on. It's fucking annoying. When Kylo and Salt Troopers enter the stronghold and Rey is about to leave Crate, they see each other again, like when Snoke connected them, but there is no Snoke anymore. What do you think? A lot of people argue that Snoke connected them, and then he didn't have to do anything beyond that. Like, once his connection was made, it was done. Since we have no idea what the fuck any of it means, I'm okay with just admitting I don't fucking know. God damn it, why'd you have to fire quickly? Okay, if I take another hit, I'm fucked. Ah. Why did you go low, you son of a bitch crow?
Are you a Kingdom Hearts fan, Mauler?
I'm afraid not. I've not played Kingdom Hearts whatsoever. Where's the Prometheus rant? It's on the way, Josh. It will be there eventually, I swear to God. Are you aware of the fact that in German, your name literally means complainer? Is that true, Amy?
Maybe.
You should know that.
I guess you could. I mean, it's not an explicit word, I don't think. I've never heard someone call someone that, but yeah, I suppose you could translate it that.
Well, I mean, I'm one of the people that would say there's nothing wrong with being a complainer. Depends how genuine your complaints are. How's that for a shitty answer?
There's less complaining, it's more like bickering, I guess. Like whinging.
Leave me alone, mummies! Wow. That's some shitty luck, considering most of the time your whips will actually take care of the bandages. Looks like we've been reset, folks. It's okay though, because there's plenty more to talk about. But yeah, I did not know that, but it makes sense, is what I would say. Who would win in a lightsaber duel, Kylo Ren or Darth Maul? Darth Maul! Fucking... The only reason Darth Maul was beaten is because Obi-Wan did a fucking pussy-ass, crazy move that was unfair, and Darth Maul did not deserve it. It was unfair. Darth Maul would have won against any person ever. That is the definitive answer.
What if Kylo Ren sleeps him, though? Like, force sleeps him?
Oh, shit. Well...
What would Darth Maul do then?
I got nothing. I guess it's over at that point.
Yeah, thought so.
Stop jumping around, Skeleman. Oh my god, he actually hit me. That's embarrassing. Isn't there there's a meat around here, I'm pretty sure. Hey, there we go. It's not even full H. Oh my god, and the Skeleman reforms? Yeah. That is some cruel, cruel joke there, Satan. He's probably the one who did this.
Lamau, Mauler clearly hated most of Dark Souls 2. I assume you're right on that one.
I mean, the only thing I have to correct people on that is that I enjoy playing it at this point, and I'm considering streaming it at one point, partially ironically, but just because... Well, no, I don't have trouble on the game, do I? Like, it's not hard at this point. And it's not like I'd have to complete it.
We've seen enough of it.
Oh, that's the reason? Have we not seen enough of Star Wars, Sir Slash... Oh god, I'm dead. How much would you love to be called Darth Mauler? I wouldn't. I'd like just Mauler, because Darth Mauler sounds really nerdy and lame. That'd be lame. I'm sorry. What would you have changed about Snoke to make him more interesting? I wouldn't have killed him. I'd save him for episode 3, even if it means Kylo killing him, which you could still sell as being pretty cool, I think. The main reason I wouldn't have killed him in 2 is because we still haven't got much information on him. If we could just, you know, give him a bit more time. I feel like we could make him interesting. I suppose your question is, how do we make him more interesting? Just give him a good history. And make him reference stuff that we know as people watching the films. How about he's like Mace Windu's greatest enemy, and that he was murdered by him, or, you know, hurt by him, and he went into, Jenna said where? He went into hiding because of how much Mace Windu fucked him up. But as soon as he found out that a different Sith Lord had managed to fuck up the entire Republic, he came... You know, something as simple as that. I have referenced something that you guys are aware of. That's all I needed to do. Oh, I died the exact same way. I've just referenced something that you're aware of. It just makes it that much more binding to a world. I know that the average audiences might be like, what the fuck's a Mace Windu? But we are, you know, the main people who hated the film are the ones that loved the original trilogy and partially the prequels, so it's complicated. Anyone else read the article this week explaining Rey received her godlike powers from Kylo via Snoke's connection? How dumb. That's not a thing.
You had the stuff before he connected them, so that's bullshit.
Darth Maul would beat Count Dooku. Darth Maul beats everybody. He's the bestest at everything. He's the coolest. He should have his own movie. Oh god, I shouldn't give Disney ideas.
Rambling with a drunk guy.
I've seen people demand that Luke gets explained back to life in Episode 9. What would your on-the-spot brainstorming be to justify such a move?
Force Ghost.
He's gotten to the point where he knows how to move through the Force. And that's all we saw at the end of the film, was him figuring out how to move through the Force. That's it. And that he can form himself. But the problem with creating that means that he can't be killed, basically, because why wouldn't he just do that every time he's in danger? So... But that's all I can think of, because anything else would be... ridiculous? I don't know. You know, I would say, if someone called me to write a story for Episode 9, I'd be like, can I talk to Rian Johnson, please? And then I'd be like, hey Ryan, why the fuck did you screw me over? He'd be like, what? I'd be like, I hate you.
I thought it'd make this more interesting for you.
I thought what I did was great. It's like, no, have you seen the reviews? There's like this guy called Mauler who's made this video where he's just like gone to crazy lengths to prove you're not accurate. We should kill him. And I'd be like, oh wait, no.
But I thought you like blank slate. Blur.
Yeah, Mauler, you clearly don't like mystery. That's what people will say. What are your thoughts? Oh wait, sorry. What do you think about Rey being trained in the ways of the Force by Bluetooth Force-touching Kylo as it's described? I'm not going to read the novelization. It's bad. I hate it. What are your thoughts on Rey turning into the dark side? Or rather, Kylo doing a better job tempting her during Episode 8? I would have preferred that be the storyline. I was actually expecting that going into the cinema. I thought that Rey was going to be someone who turns into evil. Because that was obviously something people speculated. They were like, where else can the story go? Someone becomes evil, someone becomes good, right? Oh my god, I've died the same way 3 times in a row.
I guess they did kind of bait it, but nah.
Well, yeah,
just keep it all black and white.
Luke is like, oh, you've been tempted by the dark side. You didn't even resist it. You're bad. But then she doesn't have like an inkling of being a bad person whatsoever. So I don't. Apparently, Luke's not very good at detecting these sorts of things.
I mean, there's no other explanation why he would want to kill Kylo then. He just misunderstood, clearly.
Snoke could easily have turned Rey. She's arrogant, emotional, selfish, superpowered person with no ambition or direction. I wouldn't say she's selfish. I don't know where you're getting that from. Rey's not a real character. Changed my mind. I agree with you. What do you think about Jenny Nicholson's videos? Low quality is the quick way of assessing. If someone would do a retort on your In Defense of Dark Souls 2 or a critique of Star Wars The Last Jedi, how would you react? I would watch it and see what they've got to offer. What is the best way to debate people like the guy a few hours earlier, i.e. those blinded by emotion and not facts? Awesome videos, by the way. I mean, as pretentious as it sounds, I would say Google the Socratic method. It's what I used on him several times. It silences the shit out of people. Like, the way I would describe it. Because someone told me that this is what I do, and I looked into it, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, I guess that is what I do. It's, you try and let the person you're talking to set the rules, and then turn it on themselves at every opportunity you have. Like,
just make them question their own shit, right, essentially.
Yeah, like, I think the turning point of the argument was when he mentioned Suicide Squad as being a bad film. I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. Because, like, all the arguments he was coming up with for The Last Jedi applied to, Suicide Squad, so I was like, yeah, he's just fucked. So yeah, try and learn your opponent, figure out how they justify things, how they scale things, and then make them turn on themselves. Because I don't know if you guys saw the debate, but he was, at the end of it, he was fighting against himself well before me or Wolf had a chance to even argue against him. He was just like, okay, this doesn't make sense because of this. And we were like, yeah. So what? Wait, what? It was good shit. Do you think it's possible to fix Star Wars? No. It'll be funny at best, is what J.J. Abrams will do. Because I'm not convinced J.J. Abrams is a good person to end a story. And now he's got to end a story that's terrible, so... explain to me how the hell he's going to do that. I look forward to deconstructing the new Star Wars, though. Wolf and Muller debated something. Oh yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, on Wolf's channel, you'll find a video called The Not So Great Debate, and it's me and him debating somebody on The Last Jedi. Still not sure who that guy is, though. Debate Destiny. I've actually sent a PM to Destiny to debate him on The Last Jedi, because I heard that he debated someone else on it, but I didn't expect a response, and I haven't gotten one. Muller's...
Can I link the video as a non...
Yeah, you can do it. Oh wait, you should be modded
Mod.
anyway. If you just say something, I'll mod you. I just died for the same time, for the 4th time. Whew.
There we go.
This is the kind of shit that should enrage you. But yeah, you should be modded anyway.
No.
No, there is no. You're a mod on Twitch. That means you're a mod on here now. I know this is really offensive to you, Amy, but I trust you.
God. You sure about that?
I'm surprised you were like, you fucking disgust me. He basically used a series of emotional arguments to defend Last Jedi, and Muller and Wolf consistently shredded him with reason. It just doesn't work.
That's the link in case anyone wants to check that out.
Yeah, that's the link. Oh, Jen has done it as well. Emotional arguments don't work on my channel. You guys would have experienced that if you watched my videos. I just don't care. If your sentence begins with "I think" or "I feel," we're not in a good place. I mean, you know, I really like Dishonored Wolf. I'm good friends with him, but a lot of his Captain America Civil War arguments started to devolve into, well, I don't think that they did... He said, like, I don't think they did a good job of establishing characters. He said that, I think that the film had too many characters. So I'm sitting there like, I can't work with that. And I said the same thing to the guy. The Wolf had a way better fucking job of defending Civil War than that guy did of The Last Jedi. Wait, he didn't defend it, he attacked it. You know what I mean? It was, it's kind of how I approach stuff, though. And all I'm trying to do is remain consistent, as opposed to being strictly right or wrong. At least, as long as I, you know, argue from a position that is consistent across movies, I feel like we'll be better off, I suppose. Was it live streamed?
That Jenna's link is the correct one. Mine apparently points to a timestamp on the video. You'd have to either go back or...
Same difference, it's fine. Was the debate live streamed or uploaded? It was live streamed. Do you think Snoke is still alive? His commentary just before being sliced in half was too obvious, even for Rian Johnson. You know, it's sad, but I'd like to think that he's still alive. I feel like the film offers more if he's still alive. It won't make sense, but hey, we could get more out of it, I suppose. Great debate before with Wolf. Thank you, Spider Den. Or Spider N, I guess. Spider Den, yeah, that's right. What are your thoughts on Mass Effect Andromeda? I have not played any Mass Effect games, I'm sorry. Have you seen Ben-Hur? I've seen the original and I like it. I have not seen the remake, which I've heard is terrible. Ever thought of doing a Suicide Squad review? That's going to be one of the rages in the future, because that film is awful. Pretty much every fucking DC Universe film is going to be a rage, because they're so bad. Who do you think's the worst TLJ apologist? I hate everything. In an instant, it's I hate everything. Possibly to do with the fact that he has such a big audience. But also because he's so misguided on this particular topic. And I think, you know what? I just died the 5th time in the exact same way. Emi, this is becoming a pattern.
Maybe because you're drunk and distracted. So that's the exact reason.
One of the comments said, I remember reading this and being really just like fucking perturbed. They said that I've been following I Hate Everything's content for so long, and I love how much he's matured into admitting that sometimes when you criticize media to the point of essentially saying that, you know, it's bad because of these nitpicks, that it's not really truly accurate, and that he's now gotten to the point where he realizes that and his effect on criticism, and that he's admitting that a film isn't necessarily bad just because of nitpicks, and that's great to see him come to this point. And I remember thinking to myself, like, what the fuck? Like,
if you want to classify everything as a nitpick, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the initial problem, but like, he didn't even make a good video. It was like a really bad video. I can make a good video defending The Last Jedi. You're not going to catch me doing it. Or if I didn't have any ideas for this April Fool's, I'd probably do it, because it would be funny. But
yeah, and then there was, what is it, the film theorist guys that were like, people only hate the movie because I taught them to hate movies.
I thought you said that was a good video, though.
Yeah, but the argumentation is kind of off, I guess. Like that point was just weird.
Alright. Also, Amy, that part of this game is really good. JonTron points it out, but you collect the holy water just for that section. Taking out that skeleton is impossibly hard, but if you realize you have the holy water, it works easy. And it's like a little lesson in the game about how you can use it. I like that point. Good shit.
As in dropping it down from
Yeah,
above.
no, it's not complicated. It's just that it's a little like, oh shit, yeah. And the problem is the game never teaches you how to actually use these things. You have to hit the action button plus up, which is like, who would know to do that off the top of their head? But you know, whatever.
Oh.
NES games all have that problem. Basically, you have to have the guide, the manual, if you will. Why do you hate getting good so much? I am trying, sir. Emi is clearly wrong. Mauler, stop. Someone please force connect Mauler and Ray so he can force clear the gap, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I agree with that guy. Why'd you dislike The Last Jedi so much? Because I love the originals so much. Also, I like good films. That's one of the biggest reasons, too. If you ever get around to debating Destiny, expect him to talk really fast and as a substitute for making good points. I know Destiny very well. I've seen a lot of his debate videos, and I know how he behaves. I was talking to Rags about it. I consider Destiny one of the most disingenuous debaters in the history of man. Not because he doesn't make good points, but because he humiliates his opponents as much as possible, even at the expense of the debate itself. He doesn't care if his points are actually reached or responded to. He's more concerned with ridiculing his opponent, which is really sad from my perspective. Even though I like laugh at some of my opponents, but that's genuinely involuntary most of the time. Like I can't account for it. Like Wolf made a couple of jokes in the stream we did with that guy, and for me, you know, I laughed. I can't defend it. I'm sorry, but Destiny is a dodgy person. I feel like I could do relatively well against him as long as I had his stream up as well, so I could follow his chat, because his chat is probably the most circle jerky chat in the history of fucking streams. I don't know how many people would agree with that, but we'll see. But I don't think he'll ever talk to me until I reach at least 100,000 subscribers. Until then, he's not going to consider me, you know, worthy. Enemy of the Gates. I liked it, but I haven't seen it in a long time. What do you think of the future Star Wars movies might turn out if they end up taking the form of today's Marvel movies? I like some of the modern Marvel movies, so I don't mind. If it means it's well written, then I'm okay with it. At least you're being consistent in the way you are dying. That's true. That's a good point. You know, consistency is the thing we all want to see, right, guys?
You fucked that up now, though. And again, no, you haven't died yet, so you're still fine.
Kill the snake. God, I haven't gotten this far in the fucking game in ages now. Your opinion on Red Letter Media's general opinion on Star Wars, Rogue One, The Last Jedi, and other. I think they were way too harsh to Rogue One, and I think they weren't remotely harsh enough to The Last Jedi, and I think it's always to do with the fact that they want to fight popular opinion. So, everyone loved Rogue One, they fought against that. Everyone hated The Last Jedi, they fought against that. And it's really disappointing to see. I want them to be as consistent as they were back when they started making stuff, but I feel like at this point they're more concerned with saying something that hasn't been said. Which I think is redundant, because sometimes that's just going to lock you out of being accurate, which... why would that be good? What the fuck? I, too, have a velvety, multi-purpose voice. How do I get into voice acting? There's a website called Casting Call. If you look into it, it should be a good start for you to be able to get some attention in terms of a voice actor, if that question is genuine. I have no idea if it is. Also, I'm nearly out of health again. Please, spare me, game.
Just use a health pack.
Why? No, why do you... The crow, it did like a fly thing and then it went down. Why didn't it just go forward? Why did the crow hate me? Did you ever see Destiny's debate with Naked Ape? No, but I watched Destiny's debate with No Bullshit, and Destiny fucking wrecked him. It wasn't even a close battle. No Bullshit is the most embarrassing person I've ever seen debate. I've also seen Sargon of Akkad debate Destiny. I thought he destroyed him. Like, Sargon did incredibly well, but the person who I think did the most damage to Destiny in a debate was Mr. Metica, who... I will remain in saying I love Mr. Metica's style of debate. He's fantastic at what he does. And I'm dead again. Back to the beginning. This is only level 2. I hope nobody notices that while I'm answering questions.
Which was the debate that we watched?
We watched...
Destiny.
We watched the Sargon one, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't think so. It was like about economics. and Destiny just kind of talked himself into a rage at the end of it.
Do you remember anything more specific? Because Sargon and Metika talked about the similar subjects, such as...
Yeah, I don't think it was Sargon.
Should women be encouraged to be in... I don't know,
No, it was
roles?
about, like, immigration and economics.
Yeah, that could be either of them.
I
I'm
don't
not
think it
100%
was
sure.
Sargon. I don't know, remember.
Will
Doesn't
this
matter
live
anyway.
stream be archived? All of my live streams are currently unlisted because I'm not sure if I want to put them on my main channel because that's not what you guys signed up for, I assume. Do you have any particular major dislikes of things that occur in analytical YouTube videos? Oh my god. Like, there's a list. It's huge. I hate most analytical videos because they're so vague. Tends to be the case. Yeah, I'll probably make a video on that one day, but nothing soon. Would you do a stream with YMS, not limited to debating on Last Jedi? I would stream with YMS about everything or anything. He's not going to do it though, because I'm not important. But always been a big fan of YMS, or I guess I should say classic YMS, because as of late he's been a bit lazy. I say tacitly because I'm going to piss people off. The Dark Knight Rises memes are greater than the prequel memes. I disagree. I'm sure you're very serious about your perspective there. Considering your name, hey, respect Whammon. The greatest thing about Mr. Metika is that he's actually socially competent and confident in the shit he says. That's why he's good at debating. Yeah, I consider him a role model, honestly. Listening to him debate is fantastic. The reason I like Metika so much is because he remembers what his opponents say. And that's just massively important if you're trying to understand your opponent. He's very good at it. Did you ever hear about Kingdom Death? No idea what that is. The voice acting question was genuine. Thank you, you're the best, sir. No problem, Darth Hamer? Darth Hammer? I'm gonna go with Darth Hamer. Hey guys, best movies of 2012. I mean, his best movies of videos aren't necessarily bad or anything, but how do they take him that long? He basically has a paragraph about how good the movie is, with clips from the movie. And let's say 20 movies on average? I don't understand how that takes him as long as it does. I don't get it. Help. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know. When I'm not drunk, I know how to do this sequence, but I've completely forgotten now that I'm drinkily drinks. Go away. What's your opinion on Sargon losing the rights to call himself a liberalist because Andy Warski filed for ownership? I've only heard about that since the stream I did with Dishonored Wolf. I didn't know about that. And if I knew the motivation behind Andy Warski doing it, considering I've always thought of him to be a relatively nice guy, I don't know why he would do it spitefully. Then my only response is, what the fuck was Sargon doing? Why didn't he get that sorted? If he was so hell-bent on making a movement called the Liberalists that were going to set a new political dynamic, why wouldn't he have trademarked the name? Is it a money thing? Like, does it not seem strange to you guys that he wouldn't have sorted that out? Seems strange to me. He literally watches every single movie that comes out in a given year before making the list, I think. Yeah, I doubt he watches every single movie, because... I don't know, how would you even find a list that tells you every single movie that ever came out that year? Seems kind of impossible. But I know that it takes him a while. It's just that I don't think... how do I put this? His work was better before he became successful. So,
Is that like a little Fatia snore just now, by the way?
He did say he was on his sofa and he didn't want to fall asleep, but it looks like he probably has. Do you want to move him into AFK just for dignity?
Yeah, I probably will. Oop, there you go.
Do you ever see the debate between Sargon and Metika? Yes, and I was disappointed in both of them because Metika says that there's like no point in making liberalists because you're a YouTuber. And what difference can a YouTuber make? Which seems bizarre coming from him, considering the difference that Nita made as a YouTuber. Like, I don't know about you guys, but don't you consider it quite the achievement to be listened to by the United Nations? Like, to me, I was like, fucking hell, how did Anita get to that point? That's insane. and she's a YouTuber. Point being, you can make a difference as a YouTuber. And then on the other side, Sargon was like, wow, Metika, you think you're the cool kid of YouTube. I remember thinking like, okay. That's a bit of a strange thing to say, but I don't know. It was a bit of a shit show is kind of what I'm getting at. Wasn't impressed with either of them, but I don't know. I guess Sargon was the one that was a little bit more embarrassing, because at least Metika, you could argue, needs to have a bit of a perspective change on how much a YouTuber can have an impact on society, I guess. So why is Mola so famous now? I'm not, man. I'm only at, what? How many views am I at? 186 right now. It's not. I mean, on the debate stream with Wolf, we were up to 1,000. So we're getting there, I suppose. Wikipedia or IMDb? I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Oh right, I guess you're right on that. I just would have thought there'd be a bunch of films that would sneak under the notice of some things, I suppose. Can you list or recommend some of your personal favorite content creators? On YouTube? Zesta? The ones I always recommend for that would be Ahoy, ER, and Colossal is Crazy. For loads of different reasons between them, but they would be my favorite YouTuber ones. As for like, I don't know, directors or something, it'd be a little bit different. Fuck you, bird! I should just use the clock more. No, why? Oh my god. Okay, we used the clock to its maximum efficiency at that point, I suppose. Ooh, now we got a bonus weapon. Please let me beat the Frankenstein monsters, the mummies. I've been here forever. Can't jump over them. Thank you, game.
I mean, you were stuck on death.
No, I'm gonna die. Oh my god, I survived! I shouldn't have won that. Thank you, game. Thank you very much. I did ask for it, you see. That's why the game did it for me.
They just didn't do anything.
They just gave up. They were just like, okay, let him win. What about the invasion conducted by the autonomous robots of the Confederacy of Independent Systems upon the planet Kashyyyk, home of the hairy aliens called Wookiees? You know, it is something that we need to discuss, Coffee Shop, and I'm surprised that people aren't doing it. Akon and Craig David spoke with the UN. You just have to wait your turn. I mean, still, it makes headlines, right, Jenna? That has more of a social impact than nothing. It's not that hard to be heard by the UN. You can make a petition and request a hearing even if you're a homeless fuck. That's why no one respects the UN. Still, it makes headlines, it makes people think. And that's his main goal, right? Sargon wants people to consider, you know, a different point of view, being the liberalists sort of thing. I have not played EDF 4.1. I don't know what that is. Drunk Molar OP. Maybe you should debate E.C. Henry one day. The guy made several videos defending or rather explaining things in Last Jedi as to why they make sense. Sure, I'm open to debate with a lot of different people, I suppose, but I gotta get bigger before they'll take me seriously, depending on how many subs they have. Like, I never would have been able to speak to Rags or Wolf if not for the fact that my Last Jedi video picked up. That's the kind of world we live in, folks. Oh, you... Fucking game. This is the kind of shit that I would be like, well, it's old, so we have to accept that these things happen. Oh my god, twice in a row. Jesus. That was more my fault, though. I'll agree with that one. Ahoy is awesome. His nuclear fruit documentary is one of the best things I've seen in a good while. The funny thing about Ahoy is that he disappeared for ages in terms of like, God, where is this guy? Why isn't he making stuff? And then he brought out his Polybius documentary thing. And I was like, oh my god. I'm never going to claim that he's not putting his time towards good use at this point, because that was a fantastic video. And a lot of people rate it as like true journalism in game, and I completely agree. And I hope he's making something right now, honestly, because he makes some really good fucking content. Oh my god, why? There's such lame ways to die. Stop. Matthew Matosis is easily the best one out of those three. Mr. Would you like to be a part of Andy's Liberalists? No. I wouldn't mind talking to him, though. I could see that being fun. Wait, I killed myself too many times. Whoops. Maybe Sargon isn't as smart as he thinks he is. Also, play ADF. It's on Steam. It even has co-op multiplayer. Kill some giant insects with OP weapons. Sounds good. Your thoughts on Doug Walker, Lindsay Ellis, and the most of them were relatively hard to watch. Because, like, Spoonie was one of the only people that I considered to be someone who I watched because his videos were good. The others I watched because I was curious as to what they'd come up with next. Like Linkara, Nostalgia Critic, and Lindsay Ellis were all people who I was like, ugh. This is the thing to watch, I suppose. Like that attitude, which is not a good one to have in terms of a creator you like. Though, fuck me. I know that Angry Joe is doing fantastically right now, which is, you know, good for him, I suppose. Lindsay Ellis is doing okay. She's right behind H-Bomber Guy, as far as I know. And then Nostalgia Critic is doing okay-ish. Like, he's not doing as well as the others, but, he also has to
jump into that pit 3 times in a row, Cal. What are you doing?
It's not easy. That's all I can argue. It's you need to play with these controls before you comment on that stuff.
Okay.
Oh, this is tough, man, because there's so many pitfalls everywhere, which I actually argue against. I got into a very angry argument with a friend about platformers having pitfalls. I don't like them. I don't think they belong in it. And this is why I love, well, that's embarrassing. I can't even remember the game that fixed it for me, but there's a game where you fall into a pitfall. Pitfall. A game where you fall into pitfalls and you get bounced out. Like, you take damage, but you get bounced out. I love the game. I can't remember what it is. But I loved it because I hate the idea that you have a health bar and you take tags of damage, but then there's also a thing that can just insta-kill you. And of course, the argument against it is, yeah, but they're stationed. You know they're coming. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. Half the time you get forced into them by fucking other elements of the game, just like that. It grinds my gears. And, is it Shovel Knight? No, it's probably not Shovel Knight. What's the game where you jump into a pitfall and you get dragged back out and you take damage instead of dying? If someone can help me on...
The only thing I can remember right now is that the Zelda games do that when you jump into lava. But
it's not Zelda.
That's it. No.
I'm sure someone will come up with it, because I know it's a game that I really love for that
I mean,
choice.
Hollow Knight does it too. Like, it gives you one tick of damage and sets you back.
Oh, that could be it then.
Pit, but like, it doesn't insta-kill you.
What was up with the watermelon? It represented the Last Jedi. He has 30k subs, but his 2 Last Jedi videos reached 5k, 452k views. He has more... Well, I mean, I'd be up for it if he is, but most of the time they're not. EDF is incredibly janky, though. Great, but janky. Have you heard of Ready Player One getting decently high reviews? I don't think it's going to be good. We'll have to see. Everyone whinging about liberalists are just nihilistic autists. Like, oh, it's so cringy to attempt to do anything political. Woe is me. Like, what's wrong with trying to resist leftists? This is the thing. I'm okay with having it try. I have played Hollow Knight, some guy. Can I make a critique video critiquing your critique video?
Finish it.
You're absolutely allowed to do that, Luke. Mario Kart and the Fish Guy, yeah. What are your thoughts on the YouTuber known as to many as CinemaSins? I think they're awful. I've been compared to it, and I find that insufferable, but what are you going to do? Oh, don't get me wrong, I love the jank, just trying to warn Mauler. Ah, fair enough. Is it hard to keep politics away from your reviews and debates? Yes, because a lot of people drag it into it. Also, a lot of people seem to think that, like, you can't judge the content without applying whatever political message it is. I don't know. Again, just focus... It doesn't matter what the message is sometimes, because the script doesn't actually, you know, it needs to be interpreted for that stuff, so you could just choose to not interpret, meaning you take it for the face value. As crazy as that
You
sounds.
should have just done this 5 years ago. It would not have been a problem.
Wouldn't you say that's probably like the beginning of it? Like that's when it starts up 5 years ago, the political shit we've had to deal with.
Yeah, probably. I mean, before that, everyone was complaining that our generation wasn't interested in politics. That was a problem. And now it's the
Wrong
exact
they
opposite.
were.
Like, oh my god, they should all keep away from it. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Yes, it's interesting.
Oh my god, I got through it this time, Amy. High five.
Whee!
Remind me to not fuck up the fact that I have holy water right now. That's extremely useful against Frankenstein, but you can easily lose it by picking up anything else. You probably won't be able to stop me from fucking it up, though. I just will.
That is true. Can hardly slap your, I don't know how many miles far away hand from your controller.
True that. But yeah, no, it is difficult to keep it away, but I do try. What do you think of Mola? I like Mola. He's an okay channel, but he's a bit controversial, as in, like, he says some stuff that's just really down to the earth, like, you know, ridiculous sometimes, but, you know, I can enjoy some of it. Bit of a weirdo,
I think he's
though.
just really racist because he
That's-
criticized Black Panther.
That's true. Cleaned up your room yet, bucko? Absolutely. You interested in Far Cry 5? Nope. I don't care about Far Cry. Are you doing a Force Awakens review? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. And you can expect it to have a full-blown thing by the end of this month. That's the expectation in terms of me pulling it off.
Have you played Cuphead?
Yes, and I loved it, but it fucking made me angry.
As it should.
Yeah, I don't see how you could play that game without getting frustrated, but I guess there are people out there who would, so... Maybe I'm wrong on that. What's your favorite monster from Monster Hunter? Probably the Tigrex. I just think it's really cool. And I ended up killing him a lot to get his armor in Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, so... You know. I have a special connection to him, but, Oh, for fuck's sake!
Did you pick up the sword?
No,
The
I just...
daggers?
It is not hard to kill this fucker with the weapon I have, but yet I took fucking 2 hits from him. That is just stupid by me.
Oh.
I am so disappointed in myself, because that makes it so much harder to beat the fucking Frankenstein monster.
Wait, picking up that dagger doesn't actually change your weapon? Is that something different?
Oh, no, I didn't pick it up. It disappeared before I ran over it.
Oh, okay.
Please work. Oh, you son of a... I hate this game.
You can do it!
Just kill yourself, you stupid snake. Oh, good god, I've got the triple attack from this. Yet I can only take 2 shots of damage, so this will be interesting.
What
'Cause-
game would you like to see a movie out of, and what director?
Sorry, hang on. Yeah, look what I just did to that boss. That's the power of holy water in this game.
Is that like to stun lock him?
Pretty much. If you get the triple one, anyway.
Okay.
Check that out, guys. Frankenstein first fucking try. Will your review subvert our expectations? Probably not. I'm going to be echoing a lot of opinions, but I'll try and make it my own sort of thing. Which game of these Soulsborne games is your favorite? Dark Souls 1. Do you watch I Hate Everything, YMS, or Ralph the Movie Maker, and do you even know who they are? I watch I Hate Everything and YMS. I Hate Everything is the most inconsistent fucking YouTuber in existence. He, like, has incredible perspectives supported by evidence sometimes, and then other times he's just insane. And then YMS is one of the most laziest YouTubers I've ever come across, who makes incredible content when he can be asked. How's that for controversial? Ralph the Movie Maker I don't follow, so... There you go. Favorite video game boss? Oh... I love the final boss in Metroid Prime. I love Hades in God of War 3. What are some of your favorite bosses, Amy?
It's probably gonna be the Dark Souls ones.
Oh yeah, of
Super.
course.
Yeah, there's also
Artorias is
one
one of the
in-
favorites.
In Hollow Knight, I really like, which I will not disclose to you in case you do want to play it at some point.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot. It's hard to think because I'd have to go through all the games, but
Yeah,
it's a
same here.
solid question. I just need time to think on it. Maybe I'll make a
From the
top
of the head,
10.
it's the Dark Souls ones. It's Artorias,
Yeah,
probably one of the top ones.
I'll make a top 10.
Maria, Cause.
Oh god, I don't know what it is with Koss. I love that fight. It's like such a fucking horrifying piece of shit to defeat, but I just enjoy it so much.
It is incredibly frustrating. I also like Manus. I'm not sure why most people don't.
I mean, I like him, but
It's
I
a
didn't really
very
respond that well to
methodical
him.
boss as well. Huh?
I didn't learn him that quickly because I usually am overpowered at that point, so I usually just beat him by raw health that I have. But yeah, he seemed alright from what I remember. What's your opinion on Jordan Peterson? He's fine from what I've heard, though some of his quotes out of context sound a bit crazy. Hey Morla, thanks for making really long videos for us to enjoy wasting my time watching. Fantastic. I'm happy that that is what they do. Is it just me or the Nostalgia Critic content has become cringier with time? I mean, I found him cringy back when, like, 6 years ago, so checking up on him, I'm always like, oh dear, this is what he's doing. Okay. So, I agree with what you're saying. Fucking die! There we go. Since we got 30 hearts, I may as well use them. I imagine the time stop will be pretty useful here. It doesn't work on death, though, so I was not very happy about that situation. Yeah. Oh, why did I do that? Go, go, go. No, don't. Oh, fuck it. Just go, 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 go. Oh, great. I've stopped myself from being able to use the timer thing now. Fantastic. We've got plenty of lives, though. It would be really cool if I beat death, like, essentially first time around here, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Did you see me streaming it last time, Amy? Death is insane.
Yeah, I don't know if I was awake for the whole thing. Did you beat him
No.
before the end of the stream? No. Okay.
He's too hard.
Yeah, it looked like the largest problem was actually getting there with a decent amount of health.
Yeah, yeah, this level in general is fucking
the fight
tough.
itself seems like a damage race, more or less.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. A lot of people were like, well, maybe you should hit him. I was like, you do understand that if I don't fucking hit his projectiles, I die. So, the way you play against death is to focus his projectiles, and hopefully, by result of you attacking and dodging them, you'll eventually whittle his health down. If you focus death himself, you're gonna get killed straight away regardless. Thoughts on Metroid Other M? Horrifying. Your favorite video game boss is Senator Armstrong Muller. Now fact, I have no idea who that is. I'm sorry. You ever watched Cinema Snob? I actually did at one point. I thought he was cool. I never really got too into him though, and I saw that he was doing a lot of, in the car after watching the film reviews, which I'm not a huge fan of, because they're really low quality, I like the whole, you put the effort into, making a video where you've watched the film and you show clips of the film, evidence for your arguments, that whole spiel. I know it's a crazy perspective to have, but I quite like it when people do that. Not sure if you've ever gotten your take on this, but a trap's gay.
Not again.
I would recommend the stream that I did with Wolf. I was asked that question several times, and I dealt with it in a different manner. The rap boss from DS2. Any cool bands you listen to? Rhapsody/Rhapsody of Fire. Check them out, they're crazy. Are you the Koss fanboy who runs around the library and howls at the moon? No, I just like fighting him. Am I crazy for hating Nostalgia Critic's enunciation? The man frequently slurs his words, and it gets to me. I don't blame you. That's one of the things I try to avoid doing myself. Number one guilty pleasure. I usually reference Batman versus... No, not Batman versus Robin. Batman and Robin. Because it's a pretty awful film. But it's fun, is my answer. Like, it's bad to the point where you could make a lot of points against it. And, I don't know, there's probably something else that's worse, but I don't really know what it would be. I'd have to think about it, I suppose. Thoughts on turtles? I like turtles. I don't have any problem with turtles. Also, my health is so fucking bad right now. There's only one chicken as well, and I haven't even gone through the gauntlet yet, so this is just over. Hey, oh wow, that was fucking convenient. Oh no! Why did the annoying Medusa head hit me? No! I ruined my super... I had so much momentum then in terms of like, I'm doing great, guys. But then she clipped me on the way back up. That's disappointing. And now I've just taken way too much damage already. God, this boss is my bane.
Apparently Senator Armstrong is from Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
Oh, fair enough. I did like that game from what I played. Senator... Oh yeah, you're right. Did you know C-3PO is offspring of Jabba the Hutt and Jar Jar? I mean, but he was around before Jar Jar was, because he existed all the way back in... Oh no, wait, you know, you're right. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense.
That's because they introduced time travel in Episode 9.
I've already revealed my face in old videos, which I am eventually going to move over to a different channel, because it feels weird having, like, stream highlights on a review channel, but, you know, you can find it. Weirdly specific question. Cartoon sound effects in live-action movies, yay or nay? I would say typically a nay on that one. They have to be shown.
Then you'd probably have to remove them out of every single fist fight you've ever had in a live-action movie.
I don't like them in Buffy, so it's like if I add as that. And other bloke as Brit Bongs and Cinema Gormans. How do you like Mark Commode, and what do you think of his nonsense Last Jedi review? Well, if you like my content and you consider his review to be nonsense, I probably think it's nonsense. Is my very crappy answer. Is it weird that I want to sleep?
I'll leave that answer to you because I've not heard any of those words before.
Neither have I, man.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll disagree with you.
Why? Why am I so bad at this? Oh my god.
That's why.
Like, you don't understand how cringy it is to watch me do it so badly as someone who I feel can actually do this. I mean, everyone in the audience probably feels that way, actually, so... Like, that was just awful. Watching me do all that, I was just like, what are you doing? Oh, and I just did it again. It's not hard. Just hit the projectile when it comes towards you, and then hit this, jump over the second one. It is not fucking hard. My coordination is poop. Is it weird that I want to sleep on a body pillow with your voice? That's normal. What kind of games do you like? Dark Souls and New Hope? Wait, Dark Souls, The Quest for More Money? Dark Souls... I don't understand. How are you playing with your voice? Jason Sizzler's back. Who was that person on your first live stream with Dishonored Wolf about Last Jedi? Does he have a YouTube channel or is he some random person? I think he's some random person. Thoughts on Buffy? It's my favorite show. Actually, they introduced time travel in the final few episodes of Star Wars Rebels. I've heard about that, and I've heard that everyone's frustrated with it, but I wouldn't know because I don't watch it, so... Thoughts on upcoming Illumination Nintendo Mario movie? Could be good, I suppose. I don't have any thoughts on Monster Hunter World because I haven't played it yet. I hope it makes a good PC port. Okay, I think I might have cut you off, Hemi. What were you saying?
No, I was going to read out the question, but you did it yourself.
Okay. Oh, fuck off, game. Look at the way that skeleton damages me. It's just like, yeah, he hit you. Get over it. You didn't kill him. He just hit you. You know what the saddest part is? I know I'm not going to beat him within this limit of lives. And I know that I'm going to have to deal with doing all of this over again. Getting through the main part of the level, you know?
There is always the element of luck. And,
true.
You know, this RNG thing people keep talking about, which is luck, but...
I don't know what you're talking about. Orange. It's ridiculous sounding to me.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be just fine.
I can take 2 hits from the Grim Reaper, but I have a double boomerang. That's good, but it's not good enough. Why did I just throw it backwards, for fuck's sake?
Apparently, if you like Rhapsody, you should listen to Sabaton.
I don't know who that is, but fair enough. Oh, I've already gone... Not fair, game. Doesn't this game know I'm streaming? It shouldn't be doing stuff that means I can't look at chat, you know? It's just unfair. Oh, I shouldn't have not taken a hit there, to be honest. What are your thoughts on Monster? Oh yeah, Mark Commode reviews movies on BBC and has a huge podcast. Surprised you don't know him. Nope, I've never heard of him. Sabaton. All right, I will make a note as Amy pointed out. Sabaton. If I end up loving them, I will let you know. What's the person who recommended it? What's his name?
Lord Sparda.
Lord Sparda. Okay. Wall Chicken. Any upcoming plans on producing a critique on Disney's latest cringe fest known as A Wrinkle in Time? No idea what that is. So, no, basically. Pray to RNGesus. Excited for the upcoming Metroid Prime 4? I would be if I had the money to afford a Wii. It's on Wii U, right? I'm assuming it's on Wii U. No, wait, Switch, isn't it? That's the new one.
Switch is what it'll be.
See, that's how behind I am. I didn't pick up a Wii, and then I was like gutted that I couldn't pick a Wii U, and then I was also good that I couldn't pick up a Switch. But you know, we do what we can with what we have. I would enjoy it immensely if you stream Neo someday. I'm not against it, but I don't have it. If you want to try Sabaton, I recommend starting with The Winged Hussars. Very well. I'm going to make a note of that too. Gosh, you guy with fucking recommendations. Has anybody in this stream actually listened to Rhapsody/Rhapsody of Fire, by the way? The Winged Hussars. I'm going to assume that's an album. Do you think that the whale giraffe from Last Jedi was Luke's side piece? Yes. What do you think about The Hobbit? Massively disappointed with The Hobbit. I absolutely adore the shit out of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I think it's fantastic, and I was so I remember I was sort of like struck with the sort of like you know, the first one's okay. After I finished the third of the trilogy, I came out of the cinema like, what the fuck, man? I couldn't believe that the same guy had made it, and there's a lot of talk about like industry involvement or whatever. So I'm happy to assume that that's what caused it to be so fucking awful. Also, could you maybe not throw the only one I can't fucking dodge at the time, you dingus? Yeah, I went there. Oh, I shouldn't have dodged that. How the hell am I gonna kill death with fucking throwing daggers? It's like the worst weapon in the whole game. I'll gift it. I mean, I don't even know if my Steam is like... I don't think you can get my Steam. It's like, it's hidden as far as I know. You probably find it through my Twitch channel. That's probably the only place you could get it. What are your thoughts on the massive meme sensation about Ewan McGregor playing Obi-Wan in a standalone film? I think it's a good idea. I think Ewan McGregor's a good actor. I feel like he did a good job in the prequels. I feel like he's suitable to play Obi-Wan in an Obi-Wan standalone. And I will say this: if they choose anyone else, I think it's gonna be a shitstorm, at least on Reddit, from people who are like, why wouldn't people will boycott watching the film if Ewan McGregor is not Obi-Wan? And the fact that he's shown interest in doing it makes me feel like they should do it. Is I guess what I'm getting at. Get a Switch, play Dark Souls on the bog. Good point, Abella. Rhapsody of Fire, one of the ones that made Emerald Sword, right? If so, I did. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite songs from them, so... Yes. Just listen to the Rhapsody of Fire. Not my cup of tea, but I'll always appreciate a recommendation. Fair enough. Just finished your ridiculously long response to H-Bomber Guy, and I enjoyed all of it. Good job. It taught me a lot about writing, and also voiced a lot of my pet peeves with the guy. Thank you very much, Sylvanator. A shitstorm on Reddit can be caused by a leaf. Good point. Good point. Blind Guardian is God. Is that another band I've got to check out now? God, guys.
It is indeed, yes.
Have you heard of them, Emi?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
They are pretty well known, I would say.
Yeah, I don't think it makes any sense to not have Obi-Wan be Ewan McGregor. That's pretty much how I feel about it.
Guess it depends what era they want to have the movie in. Is it supposed to be like in like old Obi-Wan or young Obi-Wan?
I imagine between. And, you know, Ewan McGregor is aged, right? So he could play it.
Yeah, except if they want young Obi-Wan, then it might be problem.
Oh, good point, I suppose. Like, immediately after the prequels sort of thing. I'm sure you could slightly de-age him with makeup. They do it with Tom Cruise in The Mummy. Which is weird, by the way. I've seen, like, the behind-the-scenes stuff where they made his body look way younger than it was. I was just like, what?
They might just CGI it, though.
Yeah. Who's more inconsistent, H-Bomber Guy or I Hate Everything? Ooh, that's a good question. Because they're both my picks for massively fucking inconsistent. I don't know. Also, Jesus Christ. Wait, you can farm these guys for points? Oh, I guess you have a time limit. That makes sense. Okay. But still, that's interesting. Yeah, probably H-Bomber Guy. Because I find myself agreeing with most of what, I Hate Everything says, I think. But yeah, you know, that was a good question. They're both relatively inconsistent. Well, since we're on a recommendation spree, go for Beast in Black as well. Oh, guys, I'm drawing the line at 3, okay? I can't be checking out everything that ever existed.
You have to, though, Cal. Everything.
I mean, I will say, it is fun when you have, like, a new song that you love. Like, this it's good shit. So, I'm gonna stop there. No more recommendations or I'll kill everyone. Did you read any Star Wars books? I did not. I'm not someone who's interested in the EU. At all. I feel bad as well because a lot of people seem to think that from my videos they're like, oh, you would be someone who obviously read the EU, and I'm like, oh, I didn't. Wah. Ugh, why did you do that, random scythe? No, I'm dead. I don't know what did I know about this that made me good at this before? Like, I used to be able to beat death consistently, but like my assessment right now is that it's fucking impossible. It's like, how do you do this? People talking about Rhapsody and Blind Guardian is making me have flashbacks of my teenage years. Good days. Mm-hmm. Give me everything. I don't know what that means. Get good, nerd. I shall with those 10... Is that Australian dollars? I'm assuming that's how that works. Thank you, Demille. I appreciate it. Is there a game you've never been able to finish due to technical issues? I don't think so. I've never had a game where I've said I can't beat it because of something being glitched or something being badly made, I suppose. Yeah, no, I don't think so. This is fun, we should do it more often. I've been doing it more often because I enjoy it so much. It's, I spend a lot of my day editing, and I get really frustrated doing it, as in, like, it gets really boring at some points, but I know it has to be done. And so, what I usually do is play some games or watch a film to calm down, sort of thing. But then I realize it's like, well, I could do that live and then talk to a bunch of people. That's more fun, isn't it? Ah! Oh, this is gonna be bad. No, why didn't you... Okay, why can't I jump even if I'm holding down the crouch button? Like, that seems like something normal games allow you to do.
Not this one.
True that. Oh, no, 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 no! I just took a hit for no reason again. I'm really good at that. If you guys ever need someone to take hits for no reason, I am your guy. Just always remember that.
Mortar, what is a man? Are they a miserable pile of secrets?
That's a Symphony of Night reference, as far as I know. Oh, wow. Look at that fight, Amy. You're gonna love that.
You just insta-die because he spawns on top of you or something?
Something like that.
Oh. Whoops.
Fucking sad, isn't it? Like, well, you had the spirit. That's what mattered. I can do this if I fucking keep the holy water, but I never do because I'm retarded. Like, that's my only assessment of this. I constantly forget I have holy water, which is like the key to defeating death. But, you know, whatever. Which, does that make sense in reality? Probably not. Holy water works on vampires. Was there ever a thing about how it works on death? I don't think
works
so.
On anything unholy, I would say.
Is death unholy, though? Isn't he like a servant of... good people? Isn't he a good
I
thing?
don't know how it works in this universe.
I've never known Death to be a bad guy. I've always thought he was portrayed as a force, never like a evil one.
I mean, he's a dude in skull and robes and shit. He does look pretty nasty.
He looks evil, but he's not actually evil, right? He's necessary, is what usually gets argued.
Yes.
Supernatural argues that. Go away! Alright, we got one chicken. If I can survive, I can take one hit, but any more than that means I'll have less than full health when I fight Death, and that is unacceptable, you hear me? Unacceptable! Himmel, what's the best Castlevania? I wouldn't know, I have not played all of them. I've only played 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you save the chicken in the room below and get it later? That's... I could do that, but that would be useful only if I'm planning to do badly, which I don't tend to like to do. But you are right, in terms of efficiency. What are your 3 worst YouTubers you've seen? Downward Thrust, Mark Brown, and then someone else. And they're extremely controversial choices, I know, but... what am I gonna do? It's like... they're just controversial. Oh, wow. Only 2? Neat. Alright, this drops the axe, right? Yeah, don't pick that up. That would be a bad move. You know how to make holy water? You're gonna make a peeing joke. I remember Area 51 auto-saving for me with 1 HP with elite soldiers in front of me in a tight corridor, and I basically dropped the game because it was literally impossible to progress. Oh, in that case, I do know a time where that happened. Fallout 3, when I first played it, it was auto-saving on 1 save. I pissed everyone off in Metaton, and I didn't know... Like, I didn't realize... I killed the cow, you know, the Brahmin or whatever it is. And, everyone hated me, and I ran panically into a room, and it auto-saved, which meant I was done. Nothing I could do. Because I was way too underleveled to actually survive a fight in Metaton, which meant it was over, and I had to restart the game. And it made me hate Fallout 3 for a long time. And then I hated it for reasonable reasons later on.
It's like hitting a chicken in Skyrim.
Oh wow, dude, he died in 1 holy water, that guy.
When you hit a citizen.
1 holy water killed him.
Good job.
It wasn't even me, I didn't even do nothing. I wonder how holy water works on those turrets. Yeah, seriously, I didn't know 1 could kill them. I don't remember that ever happening, but it's happening consistently now, so... I can only assume. You boil the hell out of it. Do you fear God? I don't, but I'm afraid of you. Okay. Death is usually either really nice or cold and callous, but not evil, though it is usually very sinister. If you took a shot of vodka for every time you saw a plot hole in Last Jedi, how drunk would you be? Dead. It should be dead. I've taken your recommendation and began playing the first Dark Souls. I've been enjoying and hating it at the same time. Thank you, but no thank you. That makes sense. Smallville versus Supergirl. Probably Smallville, to be honest. Have you played Grim Fandango? No, but it's on the list. Downward Thrust, Mark Brown, and Mark Brown again. You're aware of a YouTuber, Oliver Harper? I think you'd like his stuff. Also, could you please do an ASMR stream with him and Stuart Ashens? Probably not, I'm afraid. What did one snowman say to the other? It's cold out, I imagine. I'm a mod on Discord channel Downward Thrust Frequents from time to time, and they recommend one of your videos there today. Oh, well that's awkward. I literally reference him as probably the genuine problem with YouTube analysis. But I'm not afraid to, like, essentially absorb that, being that guy, if you will. The one that's, like, a dick to a lot of other content creators. Because someone's got to take the bullet, right? Otherwise we'll never get to a point where conversations are had, we'll all just agree with each other and it'll be chaos. Well, no, not chaos. Cancer, I guess, would be the word. Can you list a few games and let us vote on which game you play next time? I don't necessarily have a problem with that, I suppose. But the thing is, I don't know. This is... What I play on my stream is kind of what I'm doing to blow off steam. So... I probably wouldn't want to leave it up to a vote, but I wouldn't mind if it meant that some people would be a little bit more engaged to watch, you know? Wow, that didn't hit him, and now... Look at my health! And I have the holy water too. This is unfit. Oh, and I took another bit of damage. Which means now I only have 1 hit left for death. Ooh, you're really testing my patience today, aren't you, game? It's sad as well because holy water means that this gauntlet is easy, but it doesn't matter now because I fucked it up already.
So why is Mark Brown one of your least favorite YouTube?
Hey, Amy, check that out.
Did you really? Oh wow.
That's how you kill him with ease.
You fucking cheat.
Hell yes, we did it. We got past death.
Wow.
It's by the game's own rules. So as far as I'm concerned, it's not even cheesing, even though it's. I don't think the developers would have intended it. I suppose. But it's hard to get the holy water with a triple shot to that point in the game. Which is the recent Fallout games is your favorite? It would be New Vegas had I played all of them, I'm sure. Yeah, smells like carrots. Favorite non-review based YouTuber? Ooh. I don't think I have one. I'd have to check my subscriptions to be able to answer that question. I'm not 100% sure. Most obscure game that you love? Again, I'd have to check my loves and hates for that one. One of my fears is producing a video that would be so terrible it would spawn a 40-hour, 20-part response from Waller. Do you know, I've had Wolf and ER say that. So, that amuses me. I don't know how to get past this guy, leave me alone. Oh, okay, he's already hit me. That's great. Running away at the oh, okay, we're surviving. That's good. That would be one way to get past him. No. Oh, I hit the timer! Oh wait, you need 5 hearts to use the timer. How did I get... All my hearts were taken off me, really? That seems a bit harsh, game. And I can't complain though, because it happens at the end of every level, so... Yeah, my bad, I suppose. Oh wow, you can just run past him. Okay, cool. I tell you, Emi, this is not something any human should have to go through. This little bit here, mainly because there is a way to do it, but I haven't remembered it. So you just have to endure the pain.
You say you wouldn't recommend this game.
No, I wouldn't recommend this game. But it's fun. Oh my god, I hesitate to say it's fun. Best game in the Team Ico trilogy in your opinion? I think it's hands down Shadow of the Colossus. It's not even a competition at that point.
I would agree.
This game is such a hard grind. True. How can you die if you kill death? We don't ask those questions. It's too complicated.
I mean, you don't die, do you? You respawn. So he's obviously.
That's actually a good point. Yeah, you don't necessarily die, so. No.
Neither does anything else, I guess.
Why? What? Oh, I don't have enough hearts. I'm so gonna die. I hate this game. Why'd you have to make it so hard, Jesus? Oh, I may as well just kill myself as well. We got no lives left. Must kill Dracula. I've gotten further in less time than I did in the last stream, and I wasn't even drunk on that one, so... What does that tell you guys? Drinking's good for you.
Right.
What's he doing? No. Why? Why? Why couldn't you go a little lower, dude? Hmm? I used to be able to get through this without even taking a hit. I remember this sequence. I've just forgotten how to do it. Maybe the trick is to just run forward. Yeah, no, that's not the trick. Ico vs. The Last Guardian, which do you prefer? I've not played Ico properly, but I would assume it's Ico because I didn't like The Last Guardian. I thought it was annoying as hell, and I completed it too. I'm off. Get good luck. Get good and good luck. Thank you, Demule. See you around. Where do you stoned rodents live? Stoned rodents? One of us is from Germany, and the other one is from Wales. Oh... Alcohol equals improved skill. Absolutely. Anyone who questions that is just wrong.
I'd say it's like a dice roll. Either makes you really good or really bad.
Sometimes both.
At the same time?
Yep.
Or like violently switching?
Amy, how do I get past this dude? He's... Way.
I would say patience.
I don't like patience, it's bad for you. Wait, he's disappeared entirely? Oh, he's respawned! Game, I hit the A button. A means jump. Can someone remind the game what that means? Thoughts on a Hat in Time. I need to play it. I mean, everyone touted it as the good ukulele, right? Because everyone hated ukulele, so... Should probably get
I've only
around
heard
to it.
good things about it as well.
God, this fucking game. Why is this opening so ridiculous?
I don't know.
I demand. When we get a face reveal. See, why did everyone assume that I've never revealed my face without even watching my stuff? You know what? Email
They're
is
too
outrageous.
lazy to scroll down your video page, apparently. I don't know.
I wonder if Wolf gets these questions. He's got plenty of videos with his actual face. I wonder if this ever happened. I have not played Celeste. I do not know what that is.
It's another one of those pixel art platformers, which is apparently quite challenging.
Look at this shit, man. Go away.
So is the Shadow of the Colossus PS4 as good as the PS2? Yes.
I would
Essentially
say
the
so.
same thing
Yeah.
with one or two added bonuses.
That's how I got past him, by fucking... Oh, and he respawned! This game loves pissing me off. I
You
have
just damage
got-
boost through him, essentially.
Yeah, and then he fucking turned up back where he was originally.
Oh no.
Are the stream highlights still listed? Yes, they are. Everyone sub to Mola Patreon, he'll send you a signed picture of his face.
Wow.
Super Castlevania or Bloodlines? I haven't played either. No, wait, Super Castlevania I've played. What's Bloodlines? I'm assuming that's a newer one.
I
Oh,
do not know.
wow. I didn't realize I'd actually be able to pull off a jump like that. I'm impressed with myself.
I know Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, which is a good game, but...
Ooh, that
I
might
don't
be
know
what
the
he's talking about, yeah.
Castlevania one. I doubt we'd compare Castlevania to that one, though, because they don't really have a lot in common at all.
Well, I mean, some people can say, like, Star Wars or Star Trek, right? You know? Not that they're the same thing, but you couldn't say which one do you prefer. Bloodlines was on Sega Genesis. Oh, okay. Have you seen Team America World Police? Yes, and it's awesome. Fuck you, Scalaman. Oh my god. How much? I just lost 2 hits to a fucking Scalaman. This is the worst. No. Why? Since when do they become that aggressive? Yeah. Fuck you, game.
Sag mal was auf Deutsch. Was
Wait,
soll ich denn
why
sagen?
is there a fucking... What is this? Since when do they send the fucking gremlins after you? Oh my god.
Why wouldn't they?
And then oh. No, this is the last level, by the way, Amy, so maybe that explains how it's so goddamn frustrated. But yeah, there's so much more shit to go through, and I already know that there's a bit coming up where, when I was good at this game, my idea was to just run through it. So, we're in trouble. Thank you, game. Oh god, thank god I didn't die there. No. Yeah, I'm on no lives, and I'm about to approach the bit where I just run through it, so... It was fun knowing you, Amy, but it's all over.
That's too bad. Wait, if you die now, do you have to go through that first bit again as well?
Yeah, because I got no lives.
Ew.
I can't actually confirm what happens here. I can't remember if they save it so that you're on the road to Dracula, or if they send you all the way back. I guess we'll find out, because I'm at the road to Dracula now. See, and that's the thing. This game was extended in length because of how difficult it was, which is something I kind of respect, in terms of, you feel this limited, that's what you do. It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's how old games worked, right?
Yeah, and...
Couldn't fit more data onto the discs, so you had to make them more difficult. Or use other methods of
yeah.
elongating the experience. Oh,
Oh
look, you got
god,
holy
I'm already
water.
dead. I think that's a standard drop.
Oh.
Oh yeah, they do drop you at the beginning of thingy. Cool. Have you seen Angry Video Game Nerd's review of this game? Your reactions remind me of his frustration as well. I believe I have, but I can't remember it. Who's your favorite Spider-Man? Toby, Andrew, or What's-His-Face, the new guy? It would be What's-His-Face, the new guy. I like What's-His-Face, the new guy. If you can pause time, why does gravity still work? Good question. Do you have your sequel trilogy collection hanged on your wall as a display? Absolutely. Why would I not do that? Your thoughts on nostalgia pandering? I mean, if you make it clear that you love something because you played it as a child, then wouldn't it be genuine? I don't know. Yeah, that is a standard drop, by the way. The
Oh, okay.
Well, I fucked that up already. There is a way to beat Dracula. Like, there's a common way to dodge his shit, and I've completely forgotten it. Okay, maybe not. Oh. Oh, I was too early. And that was just... Yep. Yeah, this'll take a few tries. At least I can answer shit while I'm doing it, you know?
I'm really confused by his sprite. It looks like it's cut off at the top.
Fucking Lion King for Mega Drive difficulty. Is that right, Jenna? I've never played it. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. That's how I feel about this game. Like... I wouldn't mind putting, like, Alex on this to see how far he could get. I remember watching a friend of mine, he couldn't get past the first boss, you know, the little bat in the first room, and I was just like, you have no idea the horrors that comes with this game.
The reason I don't have an accent in either German or English is because I'm one of those weird people that were brought up bilingually.
Mm-hmm. Yumi's one of them people we hate now. We've got to establish that.
Well, there's privileged people.
We hate him. Oh god, he spawned on me, you stupid fat twat. No, that's not gonna work. Oh, yeah. Okay, how am I supposed to know which way he's gonna spawn? Look at that. That was like 3 times in a row where I was just running. Anybody know what the trick is to this shit in chat? How do you get around Dracula? Because this is probably not gonna work out.
Is that even a thing someone could explain in a simple chat message?
Yeah, like maybe if they were like, he only spawns on the something, something, and something bricks, you know, that would be something. Oh. Ooh. Oh. That didn't work, really? Oh, Jesus, why? Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Oh!
I'm not sure what you mean with the Souls-style reboot, Adorni.
What was your reaction to seeing Andrea fucking Astora in Dark Souls 3? I mean, Dark Souls 3 does a lot of, hey guys, we know that...
This?
I know you didn't like Dark Souls 2, so we made it more like Dark Souls 1. Remember Dark Souls 1? It was good, right? We liked it too.
Remember all the guys in Dark Souls 2? Yeah, they're dead now.
We hate them too, guys.
That
Hey.
genuinely made me happy when I saw that.
It should. The Dark Souls
was
2
funny.
things need to die. Ugh, I fucked that up too. No! Darkula, help being... Ugh, Jesus!
Would you say this game is fair difficult or bullshit difficult?
I'd probably go with fair. Most of the stuff, aside from the pitfall deaths being caused by things that are almost unavoidable, because there are some things that are almost unavoidable that only take damage off you, that most of the time can be blamed by the fact that you went too headstrong, and I'll be like, okay. But when it leads to a full death in a game where they limit your lives intensively, and it sets you all the way back at the beginning of a level, it's a really complicated matter, is what I would say.
I mean, seeing as you're getting through this in a casual playthrough, that kind of rules out bullshit difficult, doesn't it?
I would agree with you, but I do have a history with this game. Like, I know how to play it.
Or would you consider yourself exceptionally good at it?
Not exceptionally, but decent is the word I'd probably use.
Fair enough.
Bow, bow. why don't you go all the way over there, Dracula? Oh god, I just threw a holy water for no reason.
What are your thoughts on the Solaire amiibo for the Dark Souls for the Switch?
Hilarious.
Yes. I do wonder if they're gonna just actually lock the original way of getting the emote out of that game and having you buy the amiibo instead, or if it's just an added thing.
Oh, I was doing well too.
Everything else would be super scummy.
Emio's doing well. Eh.
And you'll do well again.
No.
One day. Maybe. Possibly.
Oh, shit. And I'm dead. I came close that time. By the way, in case you didn't know, there's 2 phases to this fight as well.
And there's more than this?
Yeah, he turns into a giant monster, but the holy water is quite helpful in that fight. So I'm confident that if I can get to that with full health, I could beat him, but that's why I'm not too confident if I take a singular hit, because it's probably not going to happen.
Will H-Bomber Guy ever respond to you? He already did, kind of? So,
yeah, he accepted the fact that they exist as videos, but I don't think he's ever going to actually respond to them in a legitimate way. He's just going to pretend like it never existed. Oh, come on! I jumped nice and late that time. You're a mean game. That spawn, man. What am I supposed to do? His fat body swings around in a way that means that I just get hit by it. Oh, why? Where? All I can do is cry. Biggest dislike on the Star Wars Last Jedi? Luke's character. It only looks like he spawns on the edges of the level in the coffin area. I think he can spawn all over it, to be honest. I just got kicked out of my house. Advice? Be a millionaire? That'll...
I would say kick your house. That's usually what helps.
What do you hope for out of From Software's next game? Honestly, man, we'll see what happens. No expectations, we'll just see what they do. Ray should be getting her leg cut so she doesn't have a leg to stand on. Is that a joke? 2 drinks to be able to figure that out. Stop swinging around your fat body. Next attempt. But yeah, Dracula's easily the hardest boss. I used to actually rate Death as harder than Dracula, but the fact that you have that sort of easy way around Death means that I don't consider him as hard.
Have you heard that Rose is one of the least sold Star Wars action figures in the franchise's history? Why are we surprised?
I was gonna say, doesn't that make sense though? It's like, why would it be anything else? There are side characters in the original trilogy that I would expect, like people with no lines, that I would expect to sell better than Rose Tico. I'll give you an example. Ig-88. He's a droid bounty hunter. He looks way cooler than fucking Rose Tico. Wow, I didn't think I'd dodge that. Oh, come on! Why is it that I can get that far? Like, getting him to die is just too difficult, apparently.
What does the Rose action figure even do? Does it have a taser to defend itself from rapists or something?
It's a good question. I don't know what she would come with. Probably her fucking stupid thing from Crate, the ship. Maybe she comes with that. As someone who's
I
read...
could see it like in a toy pack for girls, where it has the amulet as well, and I don't know what else. It's a serious toy. I wouldn't know what they would do with it.
Yoke Splooge. You know as well as I do that Stannis was horribly handled, and he's one of the biggest reasons why the show for Game of Thrones is terrible. Or at least it became terrible. They ruined fucking Stannis. I can't believe they did it. And everyone thought it was like a joke, or like they cut off what actually happened to him. Like, because, well, to remain spoiler-free, something happens, and then they cut to black to not show you the result. But then it turns out it was exactly what we thought it was. And it was like, oh, okay. And it was like the fucking... It's just a waste. Speaking of limb loss, do you think Rey will ever lose an arm like Luke and Anakin? No. This fight seems really boring. Pop up, fireball, vanish, repeat until dead. Hopefully there's more. I mean, this is old as fuck. Like, most of the boss fights up to this point aren't exactly varied.
You pull a string and it says, "This is how we win, Finn."
I would buy the shit out of that.
Oh yeah.
Rose action figure comes with a Shrek. What's your opinion on being kicked out? Plus any advice? I don't have any advice. Sorry, and it sucks to be kicked out, I suppose. I could probably do this if I concentrated, but that's just not gonna happen. Because you have to, like... It's not when he opens... Oh, that's a bad spawn. See, that's definitely a criticism I have of this fight. He shouldn't be spawning on top of you. That's some bullshit. As you see, if I move or if I run, there is a chance he'll do it. Regardless. Which is not good.
Ew.
All you need is a little visual cue that he's going to spawn in a place. Like a little smoky thing. And you go, oh shit, get away from there. You could be like, well, I'll make it too easy. It's like, that shouldn't be the case. It shouldn't be the case that your boss relies on you not having any fucking clue of where he's going to attack. Because it's funny, when you do that, but you make it consistent, that becomes trial and error, because you have to learn it preemptively. That's also terrible. Don't do that shit. Have you seen the deleted scenes from The Last Jedi, and what are your thoughts if you did? I have seen them, and they inform a handful of things. First of all, we get an inkling of what fucking else Luke was going to teach Rey, quote-unquote.
Is there more than just the Phasma one?
Yeah, but the Phasma one's the only interesting one. The rest of them are just sort of casual. He tells Rey that, well, Luke does now. Tells Rey that there's a bunch of, like, raiders in the village that's near there, and they're attacking the little nun creatures, and she's like, we should do something about this. And then Luke apparently argues, because this isn't even in the scene, but apparently it's from the script. Luke argues that if you kill them, the raiders now, they will come back stronger one day, and so sometimes it's better to do nothing, and that's apparently, you know, something that he learns to go against, I suppose. And so she immediately runs off, and she checks out this village that looks like it's on fire, but it turns out they're all dancing around a bonfire because they're having fun. And so it's like, okay. Oh shit, hang on, I need to concentrate a little bit.
Oh god, that's phase 1. Oh. The hell?
Yeah, I need to be able to... Wait, I only dealt 3 damage to him? Seriously? Okay. Thought I did more than that.
Yeah, you have to slap him like 4 times for one tick of damage.
But at least we finally got to that phase. Yeah, so he tells her that, she goes to save them, they're not in trouble, they're just dancing, and then he tells her that he was making a joke, and then she's like, you're not Luke Skywalker that I knew, and even though you hate Luke Skywalker, I don't. And he's like, oh no, and then she runs away. And so I guess they cut that because
Makes
it was...
no sense at all, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it, I'm just like, okay. The Phasma scene, though, as much as it's just kind of out of the blue, it's better than what we got. That's pretty much my assessment of that one.
Yes.
Damn it, I jumped too soon. My bad. You ever laughed so hard you pee in your pants? Absolutely. I won't ask about redemption because I think we're all well past that at this point, but what do you think at least makes... to do at least make episode 9 good on its own? I don't know, man. I'd have to give it some serious time, and Disney aren't paying me, so I ain't gonna do it. In the deleted scenes, Phasma is alive. Not necessarily. She gets blasted off into the, you know, back, but I suppose she could have survived that. Do you think JJ will put a baby Star Killer in episode 9? Potentially. How do speedrunners run in this game if Dracula is RNG? He probably isn't to people who know how to do it. Like I said, from my perspective, it doesn't seem to be something you can work with, but I'm sure some people feel that it is something along those lines. Stannis is the Manus. Absolutely true. But the show disagreed with that statement. Either make it so you can see every attack coming, or have the means to cancel them where you can't see them. This is the thing. This fight isn't great, to be honest. So yeah, we have to deal with what we have to deal with. They actually do that with the later Dracula fights in the series. The fights tend to be the same in the first half, and Drac teleports. Have a visual tell. They'll come back in greater numbers. Stop ripping off original Star Wars. Good point, Giorno. My dad is Patrick Fisher. Advice? I don't know who Patrick Fisher is. Today I took Rose's advice. Invite a buddy over to play Left 4 Dead. We got owned so bad I kicked him off his chair into the screen and said, "This is how we win." I love that "this is how we win" memes. They're fantastic. Have you considered putting The Evil Within under the microscope? It's too long. I played through the whole game, and I couldn't believe that I had essentially spent like 5 streams on it. It was insane. That game is ridiculous, and it's not good. I was heavily disappointed with it. Well, I guess I wasn't really disappointed because I didn't expect anything, but you know. Oh, fuck, I delayed it, really? I love the ones where I can run at him. Oh, shit. And I missed. Wow, I didn't take damage? Nice. I didn't take damage then either. Wow. Whoa. We're doing okay, folks. I missed that one. Don't. Oh, that's too early. God damn it. And see, that kind of ruins the whole fight now, because I can't survive stupid other Dracula with this amount of health. Wow, he fired that really high up. One more hit. Oh, he's all the way over there? I mean, for fuck's sake, Drac. Okay, what the fuck is happening with this thing? It doesn't seem to take much damage, does it?
Didn't you say you could use the holy water?
He shoots shit at you as well, dude. I didn't know he did that.
Oh.
Thanks, man. Would have been the better king, Tywin Lannister. Tywin Lannister's the best thing that happened to Westeros, and Tyrion ruined it. Have you played Nier Automata? I have not.
I have, though.
That's on Steam, isn't it?
Yeah, it was on sale a week ago. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah, I figure that I'll pick it up at some point, but
what I would say is it's terribly overhyped.
God, Bio, don't remind me. Carry an axe, a shotgun, and massive jars of brain juice, but only 4 matches. Screw the evil within. Who'd you want to go with a lightsaber duel, Sargon of Akkad or H-Bomber guy? It would be Sargon, because he would just, you know, fall on H-Bomber guy and he'd break him. He'd split into a bunch of twigs. Do you think you need to aim for the head when he transforms? That could be a thing. I don't remember ever hitting him in the head, though, so I don't know how I would have dealt damage in the first place, but maybe his body takes less damage than the head, so we will try that, Adorny. Would you ever put Silent Hill 4 The Room under the microscope? I've never played Silent Hill games, so I'd be the wrong guy to do it. You're playing the game wrong. This is true, because if I was playing it right, I would have won by now. I'd still rather be stuck on the final boss than the one before it, you know? Have you played Neo? I don't have Neo, so nope. Play Sonic after you beat this game, please. I'm alright. I'm not a huge fan of Sonic. No, that's too early, and now I've cost myself fucking. Really? That one hit me? Come on, game. Give me a break. Hit me on the back end as well. Like, how often does that happen? Oh, and Emi, I just sorted today. I literally sorted out the editing for my audio of the parody video. I was like laughing as I was doing it. It is so stupid.
I'm looking forward to it.
Wait, what? Okay. Is it just me, or did I knock off like a third of his his health bar with one hit?
I don't know, but he did the same to you because you kind of walked through him. As he
Well, I
appeared.
deserve to die there, but like, whatever. I have no idea. Play Sonic 06. I want to play Sonic 06 with a friend in person at some point down the line. If my channel gets to the point where it's very successful, I'll totally do it as a tribute to what Game Grumps used to be, because it's fun as fuck playing that game with how dumb it is. What's your favorite horror game? Oh, games. It would be Soma and Amnesia. I consider them top tier. How do you feel like the Liberist Trap No State? I don't know what that is. It'd be a funny, please. What's your opinion on CSL, Center for Student Learning? I feel like you're trolling me. Would make a joke about Mola's infinite list of games to play, but I can't think of anything funny. Yeah, it's a theoretical list, by the way. I'm not writing them down. I just know that it's got every single thing that was ever liked by anybody on it. Which is the problem, because I don't know how to sort it into games I should be playing before others, I suppose.
You have to sort it by people you actually trust and those you don't trust.
True. Which is why The Witcher is high up, because every person I trust recommends The Witcher.
Witcher 3? Well,
yeah,
would
but
anyone not recommend The Witcher 3?
I don't want to play The Witcher 3 without The Witcher 1 and 2. Even if they're tough to get through, I'll do it. Do you have an outside job? Not currently, but I'm hoping that if I can kick off YouTube enough that I won't need an outside job. That's the hope. Rip Game Grumps, fuck you, Raptor. I agree, sir. Have you seen the Castlevania series? I've only played 1, 2, 3, and Super Castlevania. Isn't it called Super Castlevania 4? I believe that's the title. Could be wrong on that one. Have you ever watched the TV show Fargo, by the way, Emi?
You asked me that a couple of days ago, and no, I've not.
I think after I'm done with Buffy on Fortier, I'll probably watch that with you, because I think it's really good.
Sure, we could give it a go.
The crazy thing is that Season 1 and 2 have basically nothing to do with each other. It's completely new characters. It's only located in a similar position geographically, and that's it. So,
But later seasons tie it together, or?
there's a few characters that you might recognize as essentially the bonus, if you will. Oh, I think that guy was right. It is the head. But the thing is, I'm already fucking dying to this guy. Oh, fucking stop using your How do I dodge that? I hate my life. Anyway, I watched the beginning of Season 2. It was like the first half of the episode, and I was kind of unimpressed. Because I love the characters of Season 1. Like, they're amazing, even though not all of them are alive, obviously, by the end of Season 1, because it's a very violent but entertaining show. I was like, I even had a rant to Mel. I was like, why would you make a Season 2 to something when the whole reason people watch Season 1 is, you know, all the characters and the style, when it seems to have changed completely. And then Season 2, like, it introduces a shit ton of new and interesting characters over the course of Episode 1, and it completely turned me. And I'm halfway through the season right now, and I can't wait to see how it ends, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's really interesting. And the fact is that, in terms of time frame, the first one's based in 1960s or 1950s. The second one's based in the 1990s, I think, or 2000s. So it's, in a way, you could watch Season 2 before 1. There's only one significant connection between them, and I actually think that it gets to the point where it's better to watch Season 2 first. So that's kind of an experiment I'd probably want to do with you. Have you watch Season 2 first. Because there's, like I said, only one thing that connects them, and in a way, it's actually better to see Season 2 first. Because of the connection, but I don't want to explain it because it'll give away something that I think benefits having watched Season 2 first.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounded really convoluted, but just trust me, I guess. Netflix anime series? No, it's a human person series. Sargon of Akkad has been trying to start a liberalist movement, and Andy Warski bought the trademark to liberalist and uses it to spread lots of trap porn. Has Sargon got a video on that? Because I would imagine that would piss him off quite a bit.
I would imagine he hasn't done it yet if this is so recent.
I had a short conversation with the guy about how Luke in A New Hope can't actually know that blowing up the first Death Star is the right thing to do, given that what he knew at that point. Got an opinion on that? The right thing to do? It was about to kill all of the people that oppose a horrifyingly oppressive regime. So I don't see why you'd have any reason to not do that, I suppose. Oh yeah, and you can, Amy's right, you can turn off the, it's called chromatic aberration, Lane Peasy in Soma. You can turn it off if you want. Have you reading Witcher books? Probably not. I'm not a huge book reader at all. And I have trouble getting through books that I like because I don't find the time. And it's a matter of having to make time for books as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure everyone agrees with that. It's the same as most things, but I find myself wanting to watch films or play games in the time I could be spending watching books. Watching books?
Have you at
Wow.
least kept reading the Lovecraft novels? Or
No,
shorts,
and it's
at least?
ready to be read, and I've just... I was trying to do like a read 1 or 2 pages per night, but then I sort of just started to go to sleep every night instead of reading them.
Damn it, Cal.
I know. No, because that's the thing I want to read. I really do, but I don't know, I'm going to need a perfect storm down the line in terms of like, oh, I could spend this time reading.
I'll just message you every time you say you're gonna go to bed. Like, read the pages!
In that case, I'll just be like, no, Amy, I'm going to edit. And you're like, are you? And I'm like, mm-hmm. I wouldn't think of doing anything else.
God damn it.
Bom, bom. There's someone in chat who's seen Fargo, this TV show, right? There's no way that it's not been watched by somebody. Have you tried audiobooks? I could get an audiobook for thingy. Again, though, I'd probably be like, I don't know where I'd find the time to listen to the audiobook, I suppose. But good point. Could play Silent Hill Shattered Memories as a horror game. It's not great, but it has some nice atmospheric moments. The story is good. I probably want to go through the Silent Hill series first. The argument that Luke can't prove that Leia and Obi-Wan tell the truth and that the Empire has destroyed Alderaan. I watched A New Hope again. Luke is established in the film to be against the Empire. He says that he's no fan of the Empire or something like that, and he wants to join up with the rebellion. So it's already established that he thinks that the Empire is bad. What are his reasons for thinking they're bad? I can't tell you. Well, that's me dead. I saw the first season of Fargo some time back. I remember there being snow. I love the first season of Fargo. I think it's awesome. To the point where I rewatched it recently and I was like, I'd love to make a video on this. I'm going to reference it in the Force Awakens critique, but beyond that, we shall see. Seen the Fargo movie, does that count? The Fargo movie is fantastic. You'd love the Fargo season 1 of the TV show if you like the movie. It's referential, as well as doing similar things, I suppose. You could save one, Luke Skywalker or Carl Grimes. Who's Carl Grimes? Will the next Star Wars movie use time travel to start over? I'd love it if they did, but I don't think Disney is going to do that with any of their properties, because it's... I mean, it's embarrassing, is actually what I would argue. Wow, I just got 3 hits on one fucking spawn. See, and that's something I would imagine that people who are good at this game can do consistently. Jesus. Like, I just took a hit for no reason. It makes me sad. And there again. Oh, just kill me, Dracula. There's no point. Oh, I've played the original Ratchet and Clank. I played Ratchet and Clank Size Matters on PSP. And I played the new Ratchet and Clank, which I don't like, and for the reasons that Gaming Brit Show points out. That video of his is really good. But I want to play through them, and the emulators for them are horrible, so I'm waiting for a time where I can possibly pick up a PS2 and emulate them. So, down the line, I am absolutely on board with that.
Have you not played Jack and Daxter then?
Nope. But I've heard they're good.
Yeah, pretty decent. Well, the first two anyway. I think then they made like a weird flight racing thing spin-off. Kind of weird.
Oh, Carl is from fucking Walking Dead. Kill them all. I hate Walking Dead. It's a horrible show. Star Wars Rebel TV show introduced time travel. Yeah, there you go. Thoughts on Blade Runner? Sexy voice, by the way. I love Blade Runner original. I really don't like the new Blade Runner. I'm planning on having a conversation with about that with someone eventually. Do you think that Disney will become a monopoly of media and entertainment? Possibly. I mean, I was kind of on board with it at one point. I just hope they make good stuff. Because they seem to be, like, buying properties with the intention of making money with them, which means they would make additional content for them, right? That's the idea. So, Star Wars getting bought out means we get more Star Wars movies, and that's awesome. But then they're horrible, so that's not good. But, yeah, obviously the whole Monopoly thing is kind of scary. You don't want that happening. I can't believe Fox sold a bunch of assets to them. That was surprising to me. I guess Fox isn't in a great position. Boom, boom. Hey man, I've not taken a hit yet, Amy. High five. You didn't high five me and I took a hit. Fuck you, Amy.
Maybe I did.
And I just took another hit when you lied to me.
Maybe I did.
I don't believe you. Oh, why did he spawn all the way over there? Fuck you, Dracula. I feel like Dracula's trying to make me lose this. Thank God I was immune to damage at that point. Oh, fuck you, Dracula. I hate this fucking boss fight, man. How am I supposed to survive? He keeps stupid fucking fuck you. No. I don't see why he needs to fire projectiles. He's just fine with what he does. Does he need the projectiles game? Does he need it? Does he need it?
Yes, he does.
Oh no. You basically played the Dark Souls 2 games of series except for the first one. I'm not sure what that's in reference to. Wouldn't there be a bit of difference between disliking the Empire and being willing to blow up a space station with probably hundreds of thousands of people in it? Not if it's threatening an entire planet, or moon, I guess, on Yavin, with all the people he cares about. Like, how I don't understand how this is even discussable. The Empire are about to do something despicable. They're about to destroy a planet filled with innocent people for no reason. So yeah, fuck it, blow them up. They're the bad guys in this scenario. Walking Dead comic. Yeah, I'm probably not going to check it. I don't tend to read comics. Sorry. Do you like the show True Detective? I've heard season 2 pissed off everyone, and I found season 1 boring, so I'm not a good person to ask about that. It's canon that lightsabers can bat back a blaster bolt, so you think it can reflect a bolt from a vehicle-mounted blaster? Possibly? I wouldn't know, I guess. Newer Marvel comics. No, I haven't read them. Did you pop a bone when Finn and Rose kissed? I like the new Blade Runner. What's wrong with it? Tell me what I like. I'd have to be careful because I feel like it's a controversial subject that I have to be clear on, so I'd rather just say that I've got no arguments for it now. Talk to Razorfist about Blade Runner. He has a similar opinion. I'd probably rather talk to people I disagree with, to be honest. Disney crashing under its own weight is almost a possibility. They tend to do really well for a while, being the biggest studio around, then go through a financial dry. Fair enough. I have no idea why they didn't involve Lando in the new trilogy. There's probably something going on behind the scenes. Should the Mad Max director make a DK film? What's DK stand for? Donkey Kong? I don't know. Hello Mola, just arriving. Hello Zayu, how you doing? Thoughts on Get Out? I would recommend ER's video on the subject because he nailed it as far as I'm concerned. There's a bunch of mirrors on YouTube because it got taken down for the racisms. But he goes over the story and explains why it's not very good. So, there you are, I suppose. Did you pop a bone? You asked that question twice? How dare you? What alcoholic beverages do you enjoy? Rum, Di Serrano, and Baileys. They would be the main ones. Basically played the Dark Souls 2 games of the Ratchet series is what I meant. The second game is my personal favorite and I'm a lifelong fan of the series. I liked, this is the thing, I have good opinions of the Ratchet & Clank series. I love Size Matters. I thought it was an awesome game to have on PSP. Also, thanks for the horrible Spawns game. I appreciate it. You clearly ate me. Do I even want to try when I have one hit left? Probably not. We're doing it anyway, guys. We're doing it live. No. I love how, like, I decided to actually stick through this, and I've actually managed to make it this far without taking a hit. What is wrong with me? Oh, what? This game hates me. Racism. You can talk to please rewind. He look. Well, that was an embarrassing death. Ever even try some American moonshine? Nope. Who's your favorite porn star? Do people tend to actually like admit to those sorts of things? Isn't that just like embarrassing most of the time? I don't think anybody usually does that.
I mean,
ER
if
video
you look
was...
at the community in your Discord, I wouldn't be surprised if people actually talk about that stuff casually.
Fair enough. That ER video was awful. He was calling Get Out racist just because the bad guys were white. What? Are there no bad white guys in real life? I mean, that's not what he said in his video, but fair enough. If you love Size Matters, then imagine that, but like 100 times better. Well, this is the thing. A friend of mine had all of the games on PlayStation 3, I believe, because you could like... he had the PS3 that allowed you to play games from times of old. The backlog thing. You know, the thing that fucking everyone would have loved to have been on PS4, but they just didn't really do it. So I saw him play a bunch of them, and they looked awesome. A Crack in Time looked really fun to me. So I think the idea is going to be that I get a PS3 that has backwards compatibility from like eBay or something, and get all the games on there then. I feel like that's the best plan. So you will eventually see it, maybe even streamed on this channel. What's going on in the UK? I heard people getting banned from the country for racism in the UK. I mean, Lauren Southern is the one that it happened to, as far as I know, so...
Apparently the story was she was in Calais or Paris, and they did... Like, they were trying to comment on someone, or some group that said Jesus is gay.
Yeah, she said Allah is gay, right?
They made posters that said Allah is gay, and apparently that is racist.
Yeah, because I read it, like she had a little screenshot and she said something like, it said something like, you're gonna encourage racism or some shit, and it's just like, oh wow. Try going back and forth between the transition screen to respawn the candles and get loads of hearts for your sub-weapon. I'm assuming that's referencing something. That was one of his points. Well, whether or not he said that the characters are white and racist and that's evil, whatever, he had amazingly good and concise criticisms of the plot. So... I'm not hugely concerned with what else was in the video, because he made it very clear that the plot in that film is horribly bad. And he was absolutely right. I liked Get Out.
Doesn't he also say at the beginning of the video that he's going to try and do it without actually putting a race card, and that anything he says in it is kind of sarcasm?
Well, Jason seems to be pretty sure that he did, so now I'm wondering maybe he did, but I'm pretty sure he didn't, so... I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure he cracks a couple of jokes at the beginning, and then he disclaims any racist remarks that he makes in the video.
That's how I would sum it up, but like I'd have to watch it again to make sure. Backwards compatibility, you mean? But if they did that, a bunch of sheep wouldn't buy the digital versions of old games on the PS Store. True, but you can't actually do that on PS4, right? You can't buy the old PS1 and 2 games on the PS Store, can you? Or can you?
They're not backwards compatible, no.
Hmm.
I think the Xbox ones are, but not the PlayStation ones.
Did you see that comment? Did H-Bomber ever give a statement about the 10-hour rip Mola gave him? I don't think H-Bomber guy would ever watch the whole series. I feel like if someone made a 10-hour series about why I'm bad, like about my videos, I can't... No, I guess I'm different to him. I probably would watch it, because I'd just be so curious. But I doubt he would have watched it. But if he did, he probably wouldn't reply. He only replied vaguely on Twitter. What's the worst fandom in your eyes? I don't know, man. It's usually the one that has the most people. You know, because people tend to be crazy and shit, so... Whichever one is the most popular probably has the worst and most toxic fandom. Mad Max director make a Donkey Kong movie. I would watch that. I feel like that's got some potential. Oi mate, do you have your streaming license? Absolutely. Thoughts on people who said that some people who didn't like The Last Jedi are threatened by women? Oh, you're talking about the J.J. Abrams quote.
J.J. Abrams.
But he didn't necessarily say that, though. It was a response to people asking what he thought about the people who hated the women in power or something like that. I feel bad for J.J. Abrams that that's getting tossed around as a strict comment he made, because the article I found was him responding to someone saying, "What do you say to people who hate the film for having so many powerful women in it?" or something like that. It's a very loaded question.
I thought it was a response to that weird version someone did where they cut out all the girls, all the female actors.
Basically, if you can get me a definitive quote in context, I can get you my opinion on it, but I don't know what it is anymore because of the article I read. I think you can get the digital versions. The PS4 probably has a PS1 emulator on it or something. Yeah, as far as I know, it's not. I mean, if H-Bomber Guy watched the whole series, he'd learn that it was his entire work that Mola was ripping apart, but his horrible video. Yeah, but who would want to, you know, be on board with that, right? A Crack in Time is the best of the PS3 future trilogy. However, I still think the PS2 games are better. There is actually a great video analysis of the PS2 games. Yeah, that's probably fair. I just know that they're all better than the new one. Mola's hope was to make enough videos on H-Bombs so he'd be too busy watching through them to not make more content. It's a very nefarious plan. When my aunt is intoxicated, she yells at the sky. Help. Is this all coming from the same... I'm pretty sure Michael Fisher is the one that's making all the strange comments. I don't know how to respond to your craziness. Give me help.
No.
Sorry, dude, he said no. Please don't take a hit. Come on. Oh, you did that way faster than usual, you son of a bitch. Ugh. Hate my life. That's 2 hits. There's no way I can beat the end dude without 3 hits, I think. Oh, and not if you spawn on me like that, Dracula. That's kind of cheating. I guess you don't care about that sort of thing. I feel bad that I'm even bothering at this point. I'm not going to beat him with 1 hit.
Fine if you take a hit, just tank through with life gems.
Fuck you! Can I not get... I need to be able to take a hit. There's no way I'm doing it without that. How can I not jump underneath him when he does the jump, man? I'm gonna guess that it's got like extremely like tight, you know, timing on it or something. Ugh, this is tough. Any video game critiques in the future? Yes. But we'll have to take our time with getting to them, I suppose. JJ was answering a very loaded question with a very particular slant. If the question had been about people who dislike the movie in general, the answer would likely have been different. I agree. Tank through life gen. You hear about the article with Daisy Ridley where Rey has no weaknesses? I want to know what her actual quote with that was, because that's embarrassing that she actually would have said that. Because it just shows that she has no idea what the hell Mary Sue even means. Ugh, I could have ducked. Wow, I actually got the hit. Nice. Whoa. Also, you're free tomorrow, you Emi? Because it's like 3:49 for you right now.
Well, I have obligations in the afternoon, but apart from that, no.
I was gonna say, it's getting late. You crazy beast.
Not like we haven't stayed up this late in the past couple days, you know.
True, but I've never known exactly what your days consist of.
Well, right now, I'm on, what is it called? Midterm break, whatever. So, I'm not
How are you
doing
finding
shit.
the course overall? Is it good?
Yeah, actually it is. I would like some more practical work, but I'll have to wait another half a year to do that.
Fair enough.
But apart from that, it is very interesting indeed.
Oh, I survived that time. Okay, game. Whatever. Yeah. What? Do a jump. Do something. Why are you not... No. You son of a whore.
Wow, he's so angry.
Did it? That is a rough game. Oh, high five everyone in chat. That's a horrifyingly hard game to beat when you're tipsy. Slash not drunk. Not sober. Can you grow a beard? Yes. I would also like to get Robert Rodriguez to make a Donkey Kong movie. I approve of that too. Was my previous comment about ER's video smacked down by YouTube? Possibly? I don't know. If you want to repeat it.
Possibly, because... Oh no, there it is.
What do you say?
ER's point was that the director was so busy trying to ham-fist the message that all the white people are unrepentantly bad and all the black people are good with no room for subtlety.
Yeah, and I think he's right. There are no good characters in that film that are white, and there are no bad characters in that film who are black. Which is very black and white, wouldn't you say? Everyone hates Saitama. Thank you, Prince of Saiyans. You're the only one who celebrated along with me. Everyone else hates me. It's okay. You know, it's fine. You guys hate people doing well at things. That's fine. They're all horrible, aren't they, Amy? Hate them all.
I mean, there's a couple of people that are like saying yay.
Were you just killed when the castle collapsed? I hope not. What's your opinion on Bram Stoker's Dracula film? Gary Oldman's legendary. What's your favorite Dracula film? I wasn't a huge fan of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I've always liked Christopher Lee as Dracula personally, so if that answers the question. Broken Ladle Dark Souls 2 playthrough now. No. Hey, do that. I'm gonna be stuck at the airport quite a long time tomorrow. I'm going to play Castlevania the whole time. Thanks a lot, Mola. I don't know why you're choosing that, but you know, fair enough. ER mentioned that Rose spending weeks with the black guys didn't make sense since her brother could just kidnap them. Rose? I forget, who's Rose in the film? Oh, the girl. The answer is she enjoyed playing with them and manipulating them. Sure. I don't know. But I think I agree with ER that she could have just had them drive up. She could have been like, can you meet my parents? I'm going to this place. I'd love to have company. And there you go. Not really necessary to have them, you know, thingy. Congratulations. Well, thank you. Don't make his ego bigger or I'll bat you. Jenna, come on. That wasn't easy to do. It was hard to beat. Thoughts on Christopher Nolan? I don't like him as a writer whatsoever. Keep him away from the script. He's like Rian Johnson. But I'm happy for him to direct. Congratulations, Mona. Very happy for you. Excellent. Alright, Amy, what do I do? Do I keep streaming or do I stop?
I don't know. It says stage 19 and the timer's running, so I'm assuming there's some more stuff you have to do.
Oh, I don't know if there's like a new game plus on this, but I'm not playing further than that. Are you kidding me? Ridiculous. Ridiculon.
In that case, I would say you've done enough.
Done enough. There you go,
But it is
guys.
late.
I've apparently cut my thumb. Oh. How did I do that? There's nothing around you to cut it on.
Your controller thumbstick.
That ain't that sharp, as much as it may look that way. Whoopo. Battletoads. She's a psycho and she actually enjoyed manipulating them for weeks.
Probably a paper cut when you wrote down the song suggestions or the band suggestions.
I mean, I wrote it on a piece of envelope I had, which is pretty damn hard to cut yourself on because it's so weak.
Well, I don't know. I'm just
I don't
trying
know
to
how
come
I
up with ideas here.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it stings as well. How did I do that?
It sounds like a paper cut.
Have a good one, Mola. I bet Mola has a real good one. Ew. Impromptu multiplayer stream? Probably rather not. But, thing is, I probably want to drink more water before I end up going to sleep, so I might kind of want to hang around. I don't necessarily want to do anything that I could do off stream. I could just do it on stream, so... I love that there's a black screen right now for all the people watching the stream. It's like, what the fuck's going on? Tails in time, but the tree might sucked. Ever break any bones? No, which is something that I would prefer to not do in future. Well done, sir. I've heard Castlevania Simon's Quest is impossible without the guide. Is this true? Oh, I mean, I've never beaten the whole game, so... Yeah, I guess that is Castlevania 2, isn't it? So I guess I did Castlevania 1, 3, 4, not 1, 2, 3, 4. I've only played 2 and I was very frustrated. It was horrible. We can focus on your sweet voice. Woohoo! Not really impossible. Oh, well, I mean, nothing's necessarily impossible without a guide, right? Like, you could always eventually do it. It's just gonna be tough. Because you need to do some very specific things in that game. Which, yeah, you're gonna be lucky to find them out. I guess it's similar to Dark Souls. In that you, there's some things that you could figure out, but it's kind of unlikely in most respects. I don't know. How long are you going to be here for, Yumi?
Open end, I don't know. Not really feeling very tired, to be honest.
Mm-hmm. Alright, well, I'm just going to play this until I die, then. No, not until I die. Until I die in real life, not fake life.
That sounds pretty intense.
What, dying in real life? Ew. What are you doing, OBS? That's not how the game looks. Are you stupid?
Oh no.
Hit the
Dark
screen.
Souls
There we
2,
go.
you bastard.
I feel like the meme is worth it. God, I haven't played this in so long, and that's a preference. Have you ever have any nicknames? Not really. My name is Callum, and I guess reduced to Cal, and that's the most intense a nickname I've ever got. So not really.
He's lying. His nickname is Mahubly.
Hugely. So I got Pyro Faggot, Fuck It, Glompish, Magic Gay, Griggle, Life Gems is Gay, Hex Yeah, Harris Gay, Fat Nerd Small War, Harris is Litwur. Alright, let's just go with the lowest. I'm gonna go with Griggle. Griggle's gonna get overwritten. Genesis. Wah.
Understandably so. Like, Bio doesn't want to see it either.
Absolutely. I don't blame any of them for a second. This game is terrible. But it's for a meme. Just gotta remember how to...
Dark Souls 3 was the most frustrating for you.
Oh.
Well, I know mine. Even though the name escapes me again. Because I'm really bad at remembering anything of Dark Souls 3 because it's so forgettable for me.
Most frustrating? I'm not sure. Osiris, probably? I hated how much I couldn't fucking account for his attacks, and then it turns out that it's because he's not well made. I didn't have too much trouble with Yorm because it's like I don't even think it's well made in terms of a sequence, but like I was like, oh, this is okay, I did it, and then I did it. Like it wasn't. I think I had a lot of health at that point. I don't know. I didn't have too much trouble with it, but yeah.
Right, the Abyss Watchers. They were my bane. I don't even know why.
Yeah, see, because I really like the Abyss Watchers, so we were just
I
different.
fought those guys for 6 hours. I don't fucking know how I did that, but jeez.
What's the one with the highest? Ugh, fuck, I don't even know what I want. Attack, I suppose. Strength. What's the strength one? Is it the muscle thing? I'm assuming it's the muscle thing, which means bandit is the most. I used to have, like, I knew what to do in this. Was it Explorer was kind of the best, because you get all the items for healing, as well as, Faris Lockstone,
yeah, you started
too.
out with Explorer. Just
Yeah, I'll take it for the ADP as well. And then Bonfire Aesthetic. Of course. Finalize. Is this your true self? As opposed to my normal self game?
This totally looks like you in real life, yes.
Yes, I have this weird monocle. That is totally something I wear.
Very important.
Make sure you get Jimmy's pants. I know that reference. I know that reference. Congratulations, Adoni. I know it. The blind photographer in Get Out wasn't really a bad guy. He wanted the main Don't even go there, Jason. He's willing to have people die so that he gets eyes replaced for his current ones. How is that not evil? I don't... Like, really? Come on. Oh wait, I've got something... Is this like a movement thing? Remember, there's a way to correct this. Ah, there we go. Alright, let's go kill the,
Oh, it's the keyboard auto block thing.
Yeah. It's actually pretty annoying, to be honest. Smooth and silky stone. I don't want it. So, on a subjective taste in personal playing, what do you think of Dark Souls 1 through 3? I enjoy playing most, if not all, of the From Software Soulsborne games. There's good shit. Even Dark Souls 2, to be honest, just because I know how to circumvent the horrors. So, yeah. Oh no, well it was good knowing you. Say goodbye to Molar, everyone. The loony van's coming for him. I can survive this game without going insane. The worst about DS2 by far is the adaptability shit. Yeah, but that's why you pick Explorer. It makes everything in that regard a lot easier to deal with. Well, that was awkward. Don't sit on me, you bastard. I want your stone ring, and I shall take it by force. Yeah, by the way, this is something that H-Bomber Guy is, like, proud of with this game. Look, they don't allow you to cheese them!
Mm-hmm.
I think you guys would strongly agree, right? Right?
Absolutely.
Jesus Christ, that's stagger time. And down you go. Down you go. Let's put on my stone ring. Sweet. I can't remember what stone ring does, but it's better than not having it.
I really love the force feedback that enemy showed to your swings as well. It really made your hits feel impactful.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Don't pick the one with the shield, that's not the right way to play. You are right. Life gems or life debts. Which boss in Dark Souls 3 was the most frustrating? Oh, we already went through that one. My playstyle doesn't jive with Dragon Slayer armor. He destroys me every time and didn't change anything, it just worked every time. Fair enough. Why didn't you mention how objectively awful this game looks? I feel like you can't argue that quite specifically subjectively. I only ever talk about how everything seems washed out, which I feel like you can argue, because the colors are all dimmed and grayish and pale in a lot of cases, especially in the examples I showed, but ultimately there are many people who could love the way this game looks, and you know, what are we gonna do? It does
look extremely different from the other games, though.
Yeah, you know, the difference is the other games look beautiful, while this one does not. That is the difference.
Exactly.
Definitively. Yes. Well, what have those guys have done with those eyes? Ever looked at black crime statistics? Look, Molar is fighting Movie Bob. I would debate him too, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Watching it in real time is just this AI you mentioned in your video. I mean, Dark Souls doesn't have fantastic AI typically. I'm not going to be one to argue for it. However, Dark Souls 2 had more hilariously bad AI moments than any Dark Souls I've played, so take from that what you will. Oh look, he hit you once, that means you can't cheese him. You know what? That's true. You got me. Now to go and get my well-deserved souls twice from, I forget what the thing is even called. Dragon Rider? That's the name of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Majula.
How many bosses are there in Scholars and something crazy like 23? I'm pretty sure it's more than 23, actually.
23 is at least double that. I'm pretty sure, like, genuinely, the number I go through is either 42 or 48, I can't remember.
It is definitely more than 23.
It's 40-something, I know that much. And anyone who says...
including all the DLC, yeah.
Anyone who says Scholar isn't a great addition to the Souls series is just wrong. I wonder how I would have found Dark Souls 2 on my first playthrough if I didn't play Scholar. If I played the normal.
Probably better.
Probably would have, yeah, I probably would have preferred it.
It would have been less confused by the enemy placement. Then again, that might be a thing for me, because I obviously have an idea of what enemy belongs in what area.
Yeah.
And Scholar just throws it all under the bus. It's like, yeah, let's put this guy here, and this guy there, no!
I can't even remember what weapon I want. What weapon do I usually get? Fucking...
Yeah, the blacksmith hammer,
Oh,
maybe?
yeah, but I combine it. I think I take the S-Talk as well.
Yeah.
Obviously I have to take this guy's armor, though. That backstab was so shit. Like, he was just like, excuse me, I will backstab you. Please get out of my way, sir. And now we earn maximum souls. She's the Dragon Rider. Oh, I will try. Nicolas Cage is going to be in the probably horrible Teen Titans Go movie. Thoughts? I don't know what that is. Teen Titans Go movie. What is Teen Titans? You know what that is to me?
Isn't that like... Wasn't it a cartoon with like teenage DC heroes?
Potentially.
I think that's what that was.
Alex bitching about the frame rate. Good point. Have you played L.A. Noire? I really liked L.A. Noire, but I was frustrated with how retarded the, you know, the whole, like, you see a person looking really shifty, and you're like, oh, okay, so doubt. And then, your dude just goes, you're a fucking liar! And you're like, whoa, that's not what I wanted you to say. Like, Jesus. Like, Cole, in the game, he overreacts like crazy a lot of the time. And it's really frustrating because you don't want him to say the shit that he says, but the game doesn't tell you what he's gonna say. I'm pretty sure that's a meme as well at this point, in terms of just bad. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Let's get rid of you and put you. Orstis Florsk. Night Court or Golden Girls? They sound like oldish American shows, and the answer is no. I do not know what these are. Yeah. Keep lying to me and I'll throw your baby in jail. What's she referencing? Oh, is that Night Court, I assume? Because that sounds like, you know, court, jail, they match, I suppose. Oh my god, I think you can definitely say is bad on the art front is the quality of the animations. It feels like every aspect of animation is absolutely busted. Does it? Animations seem okay from my perspective on this game, I don't know.
I guess we'll just have to agree on it's different.
Yeah.
At the very least.
I love the voices more than
L.A. Noire.
Opinions on Reykjavik, similar to Ahoy or overproduced videos about nothingness. I would never, ever give him the privilege of associating him whatsoever with Ahoy. Ahoy destroys that guy in terms of quality, and I would be more inclined to go with the latter of your descriptions there. I mean, as elitist as it sounds, I don't think anybody does the quality of videos that Ahoy does. I'm just beyond impressed with him. So, yeah, that should answer that. First time I played this game, something just felt wrong. I can't pin it down until I saw Matthew Matos's video. Yeah, a lot of people feel that way. And H-Bomber guy saw that as a, like, insult. Because Matthew Matosis has been feeding people lies and all that shit. And it's just funny because, like, I see it as the complete reverse. Like, Matthew Matosis makes this genuine, from-the-heart video about the flaws of this game. And then some asshole is like, no! You're lying, and then lies about the game and Dark Souls 1 continuously, so that's interesting. L.A. Noire. Oh, okay. I get it, Jorn. I get it. Oh no, Dragon Rider, don't beat me up. Please. Oh, priceless.
Oh, that didn't go too well.
No, but we don't really lose anything, luckily. Serious question, would you rather fight one horse-sized duck or 100 duck-sized horses? I'd probably have to go with the horses, because if I fought any singular duck at any point, Jenna would never speak to me again. The thing about the doubt choice is originally going to be press. Oh, that makes more sense. Why do British people sound American when they sing? I don't know. Mola loves Matlock. One like equals one prayer for Mola. Backfired. True dat. Whoa. Oh, some aggressive tracking almost there. Could have been spooky. Try to bait him off the edge, but it was you who was the fool. You are right there, Sapphire. How the hell did I play Dark Souls 2 while I was dealing with the stupid, verify shit for my activating Windows thing? I don't know how I did that.
Did you just not get it, maybe?
I mean, it's consistent. Like, other games can... like, the emulators freeze, and other games basically start up a pause menu. But Dark Souls is obviously too good for pause menus, so... Alright, Dragon Rider, let's try this again, shall we? Oh, are you kidding me? Come on, man. Like, this is consistently one of the easiest things to do in the whole fucking game, and suddenly I'm not able to? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm paying attention to the rule of doing this. Something ain't right, Emi, and I'm reckoning it's I don't know, some alien has gotten into the game and ruined it for me.
I don't know, maybe you're just a silly dumb bum.
I reckon I'm a silly dumb bum. Has a serious case of depression. He is constantly taking his own life, and as frankly his AI is just embarrassing Mola's AI. So that debate sure was something else, wasn't it? Yes, Panda Palace. It was very interesting. Oof. Why does the FPS not feel consistent right now? Come on, game. Work with me. Rooting for you this time. I'm afraid you rooted for a failure. I mean, my coordination is very much still off, but, like, I still feel like it's outrageous that I couldn't pull this off in the first 2 attempts. Like, it's so easy to do. I feel like the game is taunting me. It's like, you think you could defeat me? I don't think so. Rose is Shrek. That could be very much the truth. You missed. Looking back on it a few hours later, what do you have to say about it? I mean, I think it was relatively civil. And it's interesting to get an insight into the kind of people who really just can't deal with The Last Jedi being considered a bad film. Because, oh my god, I did it twice.
Walk off the edge.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that, well, not necessarily the key to this, but like something I did but I'm not doing now is the whole, you do a back step instead of a roll. Like, you sometimes take damage with the back step, sure, but at least it doesn't fucking get me to kill myself, you know, that's always a nice bonus. Oh right, and I forgot, I'm ruining my own health bar by dying as well, because this game is so good.
Yes, you are.
I forgot that wonderful addition to the series. Well, I mean...
But that is your least worry right now.
What is my most worry?
You're embarrassing yourself.
Oh, I mean, I'll get over it. I failed through Castlevania for like a million years. I'm pretty sure people will get over the idea that I'm doing this right now. Also, I have the excuse of drunkenness. You can't criticize somebody. It's like a card of invincibility when you're drunkenness.
Oh, right.
Ow. Why are all the enemies in this game trying to kill me? Can you explain that, please? Yeah, I didn't think you could explain it. Yeah, I'm really bad at, like, walking around in this right now, too. And I'm gonna blame the movement system on that, folks. Just because I can. Can you kill yourself already? There we go. You took way longer than you should have. Blah. Now the question becomes, can I do that 2 times in a row? And
Surely.
not go and spend my souls, because I like to do it all in one. I'm gonna take that gamble. This is H-Bomber's curse and the game's revenge. I could believe that. I didn't really get the more dislike DS2 from his video, more that he encouraged a real debate about it, but that's just me. You'd be right. I do try and make it clear that I don't dislike Dark Souls 2 all that much. I do say it hyperbolically every once in a while, but it's my least favorite out of the series. But I feel like there's a lot of just weird smokescreen argument shit about it when there's so much definitive evidence you can get from just playing it. You know, it's another one of the games the subject of the whole, well, I believe the subject matter transcends the topic at hand. It's just like, DS2 teaches us that no matter what happens in the world, that the humanity in the world is doomed to repeat itself. It's like, yeah, DS1 did that. And it's like, yeah, no, because oh shit, I forgot this guy arrives now. This is what I get for activating, you know, level 2 or whatever. Yeah, by the way, I like bonfire aesthetics. I would like that in all Souls games, but it's not gonna happen. Alright, please nail this the first time, me. Otherwise I'm gonna be very upset with me. I can't even probably do the backstep at this point, because I'll just get killed. Ooh. Oh, what? That hit me? Well, alright. I'll deal with that. This can't be more perfect. The meme was so worth it. Get owned by the crappiest AI in the series. I mean, I did own him twice in a row just now, so... that's gotta count for something, surely. What do you think of the people that thought Luke's character was good in The Last Jedi? I don't know, I just don't think they really thought it through, I guess. When's I Hate Everything gonna debate you? He won't do that. Why would he do that? He ain't gonna do that. That's because the American accent is more like the pre-Victorian English accent, while the modern accent evolved from an ancient manufactured by the British nobility of the late 1700s. Sure, I have no idea. Alberto, I'd probably say it's Osiris. Use your innovations. The I Had Everything YMS Ralph Movie Maker podcast. Interesting transatlantic exchange of ideas, or I like these comparisons. I would go with the latter again. I was very disappointed listening to that podcast. And, yeah, it feels a little bit too circle jerky. But, you know, a lot of people could say that about the podcast I run, so... I suppose it's just down to what you like. Alright, let's, put everything in strength, if I remember correctly. I need that for the hammer, but I suppose I want health as well, so... I can't remember. How much can I actually do here? 37 seems reasonable. I don't know what the strength limit on the hammer is. It's probably like 25, I want to say. I don't know.
I don't think it was that high, actually. I don't remember.
I feel like there's a good split of those. We'll just do it that way. Onward, folks! Onward! Oh wait, can I get the Morning Star? Oh, I have to... okay.
It's 15 strength and 7 dex.
Oh yeah, I'll have way more than enough of that. I'm losing frames. I don't like it. Step.
Then again, I might be looking at the wrong hammer here.
It's the craftsman's hammer, I think it's called.
Not blacksmith hammer. Craft. God. We should know all this. We've been through this hundreds of
I know.
hours. And
We've
it's
forgotten it
removed
happily.
all from memory because it was so terrible. That's 20
Uh,
strength and 10 dex.
oh, well, I'm close to that. Why wouldn't he? I'd be interested in watching it for sure. I Hate Everything is not dealing well with criticism about his video for I Hate Everything. The last thing he's going to want is to debate somebody who's very seriously going to try and deconstruct the film with him, especially because he's probably going to be subscribing soon to the idea of let everyone have their opinions. Don't tell people they can't enjoy things. One of the things he says in his video is like, some people make the argument that you shouldn't listen to me because I enjoyed The Force Awakens. And it's like, why even mention that? Like, that should never be something that you should even, like... It's like sighing is all you got left.
I'll just get a drink, I'll be right back.
Okay. Do you listen to video games and movies at home in uncompressed multi-channel sound? I don't know what you mean by that. Thank you for the $5, my site. I gotta say, great review of The Last Jedi, man. I watched the 3-part review more times than I should have. I'm glad you enjoyed it, sir. Slash madam. It took a long time to make, and I'm... Oh shit, I'm making one for The Force Awakens as well. Stop unrepressing stuff. The thing about Fallout 4, I have not played it, but I'm so massively unimpressed with Fallout 3 that I don't really intend to. And I have a friend who's basically played all of them, and he gives me a strong assessment of the quality that I'm inclined to agree with. Leave me alone, Shrek. Also, wow, I guess my damage hasn't really increased in this dagger, is it? Hey, dude. You wanna play with me? I wanna play Tickle Fight. Do it. Uh-oh. Oh. Yeah. Shouldn't have to fight two things at the same time. That's ridiculous. Ugh. Come on, baby. Yeah. Aw, why did that work? You didn't deserve that. Now I've got you. Or not. Okay. Now I've got you. What? Why is he spinning all the time? He doesn't usually do that shit. He usually does that. Hmm. It's almost like he's working properly today. That's neat.
Hello.
Let me just drink my Estus while you fall over, sir. Ah! Also, hi, me. How you do?
Well, now I have a drink. Pretty good.
I was gonna say, that must be great for you, man. Having a drink and everything.
Yeah, it's
Drunk
been a
live
while.
streams are great. Maybe your approach to wanting to debate I Hate Everything is wrong. Remove the sober aspect, perhaps. What, you mean like I would better tempt him into a debate if I was drunk while doing it? Maybe I should
Maybe
tempt
just
him.
rage tweet him.
I don't want to do that. I'll be a flim-flam. Nobody likes a flim-flam, right, guys?
Hey,
Nothing worse than a
shit,
flim-flam.
talk to me.
Have you ever considered the possibility that you may be wrong? I do at the beginning of tackling my perspectives. So yes. Also, thank you for the $5 Canadian Sapphire. I appreciate it. Do you have a particular favorite Buffy episode or specific character arc? Wesley and probably... Ooh. as several things from season 5. I love so many episodes in that season. There's too much good shit in there, man, especially the season finale. I'm surprised you never mentioned the Infinite Stamina Hammer Guardians of Doom at the Dragon Eyrie. Huh? What's that?
Oh, the guys with the 2 maces in front of the Elder Dragon. Or Ancient Dragon. Then again, I don't know if they actually have the infinite stamina thing in this version. It's a lot worse, I think, in the original game.
Zombies. Thank you. Now let's get to that person. I have a feeling I hate everything's beverage of choice is milk. Why do you... the game really wants to get back at you this time around. Oh, I went through a lot more pain than anyone should reasonably have to with this game. It's so much bullshit, man. And not just me as well. Fortier, obviously Urban, and Metal, they went through their fair share, and it all ended up in the videos. It was wonderful.
I'm very glad I denied you my playthrough.
No, you're not. You could have been YouTube famous by now, Emi.
Nah, I'm glad I didn't have
It's
to.
what you wanted.
Really wouldn't have been worth a playthrough.
And see, yet again, pulled out of the game thanks to the activate thing, but luckily in this position, it's not going to bother me at all. But I can't see that happening consistently. Maybe it happened after Dark Souls 2? I'm pretty sure it was before that, because I've been dealing with this for like a year. By the way, that is one of the most motivating factors to get a new PC, is the fucking activate shit.
I do not remember you complaining about that in that time, so...
But that wasn't even that long ago.
That.
That's like 6 months, and like I said, I feel like it's been at least a year. Because I've been dealing with this for a long time.
Do you feel like it, or do you know it is
Right,
such?
I know. I'm pretty sure I know. Yeah. What I mean is, do you have a multi-speaker home theater? I do not. Do you play PvP on Dark Souls? No, I don't like it. All my experiences on PvP have been horrible. Would you recommend for learning the editing process? Is it better to have a teacher, or should I just dive in and figure it out? I dived in and figured it out, though if a friend of mine was to get into it, I would have a bunch of recommendations and things to do first, sort of thing, or things to focus, so... If you've got a friend that can help you, go for it. If you don't, maybe try out an editing software of some kind, guide. I mean, like a YouTube video or something. Oh, this part is so fucking boring. And my frames are going down. I think this is just because of the fact that it's my PC's not powerful enough and I'm streaming.
Yes.
Die, die, everything die. I love that H-Bomber guy said that you shouldn't be playing Scar of the First Sin unless you've played Dark Souls 2 previously. Even though the developers are like, no, play Scar of the First Sin. It's like, ignore the developers, they don't know their own game. Alright, I haven't got any things left. Ah, innovations, please. There we go. Jenna was
I
right.
would probably agree.
Well, he's right. Like, but that's the funny, right? That the developers don't even realize that.
Yeah.
As if fucking Scar of the First Sin is going to be good for anybody's first experience. I would love for you to find me someone who plays Scar of the First Sin for the first time and doesn't come across massive issues trying to get past anything in this game. It's just like... Who wouldn't? The horrible design for where the enemies are. Like, people who are Dark Souls veterans, like Fortier, couldn't get over how stupidly bad everything was. Like, it's just... You don't even... Being good at the game doesn't even help you. Or, you know... Doesn't get you the easy road, let's say.
True.
Will you pick up where ER left off? I mean... I'll be covering Solo if that's what you mean. So yes, I suppose. But I don't know if he's going to be doing that. I think he said he might. I really liked his video on The Last Jedi. So if that's something he considers as a reason to do it, like people loving his videos, then we could possibly expect it. But me and ER are very different in terms of content creation. So hopefully you get both of us covering it, right? Innovations, do it. Wait, where the hell did they go? Did they actually follow me in? Oh my god. Amy, I'm chasing them now. So come back. Oh, that hit me, right, okay. Innovations help. We gotta... oh, well, okay. That's fine. I really need a better weapon. That's my biggest problem right now. I just gotta unlock the blacksmith. Are there two ways of doing that, or is it only the key?
It's the key.
Fuck you, ADP.
Mainly because Lenigrast and you are too silly to climb through windows that are wide open or anything. But
yeah, it's not like it's his
needs to be the
livelihood or anything.
yeah, no.
Who cares?
You can explain it away by him being basically hollow, right? That's why he's so green. Mm-hmm.
I'm not tired of zombie apocalypse. If they can make good stuff out of it, I am on board with it. As for your Windows activation problem, have you tried phone activation? This issue is actually fairly common and perhaps might help you. I have not tried the phone one. I've just read up about my situation. Apparently it's relatively common, and most people just re-image, or well, reinstall Windows, which I can't be asked to do right now. I don't know any videos that are good to teach you about editing, unfortunately, because I never watched any. I would just, you know, hope to find them, I suppose. Hello there! Just had a question about today's stream. You had criticisms about RLM and their movie views. I was interested in getting more of your take on that. I feel like they've gotten really lazy. They don't even remember their own criticisms of other movies, so when they overlap, they have no idea how, like, hypocritical they are. They barely explain anything in any kind of detail. They're mostly just spitballing what they thought of a film. And as much as you can be like, well, that's fine, isn't it? I'd be like, yeah, it is fine, but it's just crap, and they're capable of so much more. That's my perspective in a nutshell. Also, never trust Red Letter Media on Marvel. They have no idea what they're ever talking about because they think all of them are the same. They have no way of distinguishing a good Marvel film from a bad one. So that might inform more of my frustrations, I suppose. Developers don't know their own game, obviously. How have you not more subs? Yeah. The YouTube life is unfair. What are your thoughts on the death of author concept? I don't know what that concept is. Are you puffed going solo? I don't know what that means. If you could fix or change one aspect of DS2, what would it be? Oh, we actually did that on the podcast. I think my suggestion was... it might have been hitboxes. Alex's was bosses, and Fortia's was... enemy placement? I think. So, yeah, oh my god, my dagger's at risk.
What? Already? That was great.
I want to break this motherfucker, I don't even care about it. Fuck you! Oh. Also, hi, Monk, I saw you commented. It took less than 10 minutes for me to hate Dark Souls 2 Scholar of Edition because of why in God's name would you put an almost endgame dragon on a tiny platform that can knock you... yeah. Favorite Star Wars meme? Probably do it. Unless my memory is off, ER put a quick line of text at the end of his Last Jedi video talking about multiple skipping on making a video on the Solo movie. Yeah, he said maybe, so we might still get it. What is the most easy boss in any Dark Souls for you? Dragon Rider. When did you and ER become butt buddies? I mean, I haven't really, spoken to him that much, but I've spoken to him on Twitter a couple times, so that's neat. Hey, Maul, a new sub here. Enjoyed your Star Wars review. It was nuanced and educated. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate it. Expect more.
Time flies by Guy. Sorry if I interrupted you there. I was just gonna say the time flies by. Guy actually has a point. I just checked, and there is some loud fan noise going on in the background when you talk on stream. I don't hear it on Discord.
I mean, I have a fan going, so. But I mean, it's been like that for a while, so I just hope it's not that bad.
I suppose it's not, if there's only one person that's mentioned it so far.
Sweet. I played hundreds of hours of the first Dark Souls, but I haven't played Dark Souls 2. May I ask why you're fighting everything with a damn butter knife? I don't know, actually. Honestly, I don't know why. I'm just doing it. I felt like killing everything, I suppose. I mean, at the very least, I can afford a weapon when I get back to Leningrad. So that's a plus. Got up, old lady. Give me the key. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend any other money for now. Thank you kindly. What are your thoughts on film 35mm to 70mm if it's digital? I'm not Quentin Tarantino, where I like can't stand doing anything but 70mm. I've never noticed a major difference. Maybe that's disappointing to hear as someone who's very critical of film, but I don't. Red Letter Media are better for that, to be honest, than I am. What is your opinion on dialogue options in games? Personally, they ruin the immersion for me. Well, I mean, that's fair enough, but I kind of like it when there's some really decent choices that can sort of match the kind of gameplay you're going for. I suppose a lot of people would probably argue that. Damn, 3 hours late. I can see where you're coming from. I always went in for more of the entertainment aspect. I think with Marvel, though, they're just tired of them. Mike has been voicing this for multiple videos. That's actually a part of the reason why I hate them so much for that. I remember watching their, like, Iron Man 2 review, or something super, super early in Marvel, and they say, like, this is the beginning of the end for Marvel, or some shit. They're like, oh, this is, you know, the superhero fatigue is setting in, and they were massively wrong. Like, because it's still going, it's still really popular. And, like, every video, they're like, is the fatigue coming? I think even Jay pointed out at one point, he was like, yeah, we called that ages ago and it's still not happened. So my issue is, stop covering Marvel. Stop covering superhero movies. You guys have no passion for it. You're only frustrated that they keep happening. Just stop. There's no point. They barely even cover all... They don't cover all movies. They only cover specific ones. And so you realize very quickly that they're only doing it because it's popular. Which you could be like, well, Molly, you cover films that are popular. It's like, yeah, but Star Wars and Marvel is shit I know shit about. And I have a scale for how good or bad they are. Like, it's a little bit different. They cover Marvel in, like, the most depressing way you can imagine. They're just like, oh, here we go, another superhero film. So, you know, they did that whole thing where they were like, a blue laser in the sky, or some guy who wants revenge is always the case. But there are several Marvel films that don't do that. So it's just like, yeah, let's just ignore those ones, I guess. Shut up, Leningrad. Give me a sword. Oh wow, I can't actually use it because of my dexterity. That's fantastic. How much dexterity do I need?
12.
So I'm down by 2. Phantasmic. How bad is it without the 2 dexterity, I wonder?
Well, it's better than a broken dagger, I'm sure.
Probably. But I gotta kill some bosses, so... I need it to work properly. Obviously using a knife is what the game encourages you to do. Any hopes and or expectations for Shadow Dies Twice? No, I'm just gonna wait for it to come out, man. I got nothing to assume about it. Been watching your videos. Please keep up the good work and great work. I enjoy them a lot. Thank you, DLS Master, for checking them out. Thoughts on Majora's Mask? I've not played it properly. Your top 5 Marvel movies. My favorite would be Winter Soldier. Mine are Civil War, Avengers, Guardians of the Galaxy. Iron Man 1. And probably Thor Ragnarok. Strictly because of how hilariously funny it is. That is a very, you know, preliminary assessment. I'm not sure if that is my top 5, but it's definitely close. Alright, let's go kill some stuff. Maybe I'll get enough souls. Even though I'm not even sure if I can kill everything with this sword, but we will try. What is, in your opinion, Quentin Tarantino's best film? I mean, my favorite is Kill Bill, but I'm not sure about what his best would be. Oh shit, just jumped in here. I thought you hated this game. It's okay. It's fun. I just don't think it's a good game. I can have fun with it while I'm talking to you folks. Rate Star Wars films best to worst. Ooh. We'll go Empire. Then it's very close between Return of the Jedi and New Hope. Probably A New Hope and then Return of the Jedi, I suppose, in terms of... Actually, no. For my favorites, it would have to be Empire, then Return of the Jedi, and then New Hope. Then Episode 3. Then Episode... Ooh, that's where it gets really confusing, so I'm not actually sure. Well, whatever the order is past that, it ends with The Last Jedi. That's at the bottom. Nice.
Episode 1 has Darth Maul in it, right?
Yeah, but Episode 1's really boring in a lot of its scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
Darth Maul can't save that film entirely. Also, it's funny, I'm playing with this sword and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's just not very great, I guess, early. And I'm like, oh no, wait, no, I don't have the fucking dexterity yet. It's just weak, but, let's just get that wall open, I suppose. When speaking about Black Panther, neither liked it. It seemed like Jay really liked Thor 3, though. They also made a joke once about how people were upset with them for liking some of the films. I mean, it's fair enough, but they can't not bring up the whole... It's another generic Marvel film sort of aspect. Let's put it this way. I would love to talk to them about Marvel because I feel like I would get them to admit that that it's worth seeing Marvel films, I suppose. When they sort of give off the opposite impression. Or at least cover them because they're popular, I don't know. Why do you have a YouTube channel? Like, I need a legit answer. Because you can't... What? Can you even answer that? Probably not. Why do I have a YouTube channel? To make videos. The jokes in Ragnarok are mostly awful. I mean, they're mostly great. So... There we are. Have you watched Blade? Yes. I really liked it when I was a lot younger. I'm gonna have to rewatch it someday to see if it truly is better than Black Panther, but it's not exactly a high bar. This is gonna take way too long. Kill yourself, please. Wasn't really killing yourself, but I'll go with it. I didn't even need my innovations. Oh shit. God, in before I break this S-Talk, just like attacking a handful of enemies. I've already lost more than a third of it. The large cast gives me a bad feeling about Infinity War. Yeah, I can agree with that. Why is cape shit still so popular? Are there any established theories? Cape shit? What's that applying to? Which film that was both critically acclaimed and also a box office juggernaut do you find completely average? Interstellar, I suppose. I mean, I don't find it average, I find it awful. Of all the jokes in Thor Ragnarok, which one did you find to be the funniest? I personally enjoy the Hulk tossing Thor around like Loki callback. My personal favorite is when Odin says, "Oh shit," because I love the idea that Anthony Hopkins is acting as a Loki possessing and trying to behave as an Odin, realizing that Thor is back. Like, that to me is just fucking comedy gold. Oh, don't die. Throw another bomb. Good man, thank you. Alright, I still probably only get one level, so it's not quite good enough yet. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? Out of all the... Oh wait, so that... The Last Jedi is objectively a masterpiece. This is true, Jason. Very true. Very true. we go. Okay, I'm surprised you didn't get staggered there, buddy. Yeah, don't worry, if the frames are fucking up for you guys, it's not just you. It's me as well. You'll probably tell by the fact that my voice is clear, but the frames aren't.
It's not actually clear on Discord. You're dropping out.
Oh no, I mean it'll drop out for you because it's Discord, but for them it should be fine. Like Discord struggles whenever I'm having processes of any kind, basically. Come and kill yourself again, Mr. Tortoise. He had to go and attack me too, didn't he? Thank you, game, with your incredible lock-on. Woohoo! Still probably miles away from getting enough souls. Uh-oh. No, that's a way to die. Thoughts on Chris Stuckman? He's the most popular average reviewer who says his initial thoughts after watching a film, I suppose. Ooh. Luke mourns Han Solo's death, Star Wars deleted scene. I want to watch that. Give me one moment.
What did you think was going to happen here? You think that I came to the most unfindable place in the galaxy for no reason at all?
I'm not leaving without you.
Wow. And what was that? Like 10 seconds? It's funny because that would have improved the film.
Is it
Pretty-
a good scene?
It's not even that good. It's just him just dealing with it. Like he looks down, he's teary. Just that. It's just frustrating how much that should have been in the film and how much of a bad decision it was to not have it, but you know, there we are. That's the world we live in, folks. We'd rather just skip to, you know, I want to say porgs, but I mean that's just hyperbolic, but it's still bad. The Sunny D addiction is alarming, my god. Perhaps that's just their thing. It seems like they're a mix of their opinion/satire. Dishonored Wolf, TJ Kirk, and RLM are some of the only YouTubers I see who speak negatively about those films. Marvel films? I mean, don't worry, I'm all over Wolf for that. He's still wrong about all the Marvel films, you know. He should like them more, and it makes him a bad man that he doesn't. Who would win? Every Sith Lord from the movies in the EU in their prime, or Obi-Wan Kenobi at the top of Mount Everest, telling them not to try it? I suppose it would be Obi-Wan. You can't really beat the high ground, let's be honest. Have you read about the troubled development of Dark Souls 2? They scrapped the whole game halfway through development. I mean, that would explain a lot, but I've not heard of that, no.
Why the hell would they not keep this in? I don't get it.
I know, right? Jesus. It's such an easy, like, scene to put in.
Wait, trouble development of Dark Souls 2? As far as I know, they just ran into technical issues, not actual gameplay.
Dark Souls or Skyrim? Dark Souls.
What kind of choice is that?
Do you want to see Knights of Ren in episode 9? I want to see a good film. I feel like I've already, like, stepped over the line with that request. J.J. Abrams, you'll come through for me, right, buddy? Oh, do your side swing, you flim-flam. Uh-oh. Okay, do it again, but That worked perfectly. Good. I hate how much these zombie dudes with the shields get priority. Like, they're way better than any of the other zombie dudes, the one with the shields. Oh. Well, this isn't good. Innovations. Save me. Ow. That archer just doesn't like me. God, I need that dex upgrade, man. Painful. Yes! Thank you. Innovations. $6,000. That's probably enough to get one level. At least we'll get that. Too long more. We could have had 10 more seconds on crate. Yeah. This is the thing. If you were an editor, you could easily cut 10 seconds from the film with basically not affecting the film at all. Like, you just cut out little bits in all of the scenes that tighten them up and stuff. Was Guardians of the Galaxy 2 a reverse Empire Strikes Back as it invalidated the series? Your thoughts? I didn't like Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It felt like a mid-season episode of TV where they're spinning their wheels with the characters, they don't know what to do, and by the end of the episode, they invent this, like, weird enemy, and then he gets rid of him within the same 10 minutes, and it's just like, okay. And felt weird to watch as someone who loved the first one. Wasn't too impressed with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Which scene from The Last Jedi did you play? It's basically just he's mourning Han Solo's death by the looks of things. I can't be sure of that, to be honest, but I'm assuming. Thoughts on Call of Duty? The last one I played properly was Black Ops, and as far as I know, it's just gotten progressively worse. That's not much else I know. Which board game would you turn into a film? Just out of curiosity to see how they would do it, I suggest Scrabble. Scrapping the whole game is kind of ridiculous. The expense would have killed the franchise. Well, yeah, I don't know what they actually did. 200 more souls. Typical. If only I knew the actual, like, numbers I actually needed for this, eh? I know you said you wouldn't go see Star Wars Episode 9 in theaters. I didn't say that. But if I pay you for the movie ticket and popcorn, would you then upload a rage video later for Night with Me? No, I'm gonna do it, and I'll make a video on it as well, because I'm genuinely curious as to how they're going to square off this trilogy. I imagine a lot of people are at this point, because of how awful The Last Jedi was at setting up a future film. Like, this is it's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be excited to see what J.J. Abrams comes up with. That's one way to do that. Oh, jeez. Wow. What a way to go. They apparently didn't like where the project was going and had to scrap it halfway through, and they changed the director. There were 2 directors for DS2. There was a blog post about it. Yeah, I don't know about any of that. Though, I knew that there were troubles, but I didn't know the specifics. I think they say in the next 10 years there will be another bad Star Wars movie and people will look at the TLJ as a better film. Oh, I mean, possibly. Because there's no denying that after you have a lot of time with a film that maybe it can become a little bit softer in terms of how bad it is. But yeah, I guess I don't know, because I genuinely feel like The Last Jedi is worse than the prequels. So I don't know how you can get much worse. I'll be interested to see what that movie would be, like if it was worse than The Last Jedi. Because you can't ruin established great characters anymore, right? We're unable to do that now because you've gotten rid of basically all of them. As most people can feel that Vader was ruined by the prequels, and then the original trilogy of a trio of characters pretty much has. I guess you got Lando left. You could ruin him if you're desperate to ruin things. So maybe Ryan will do that in his trilogy. What do you think about the characters tasting the ground on Crate to declare it's a salt planet and not a slow planet? It's almost like a fourth wall break. It's kind of bizarre. And I don't know if anyone in the audience actually wouldn't have caught the fact that they only did it because they wanted to assure us that it wasn't snow. That emotional scene is essentially what we get with R2-D2 displaying the hologram of Leia. And yeah, I like that scene. So, you know, would have been cool to get more of that, but never mind. I wonder how much this sword is going to improve now that I've got the upgrade. Or the efficient stats, I suppose. I suggest a time skip and forget Rey. I agree. When something so bad makes you excited for what comes next, yeah. Smaller. Hey Alexander, how you doing? Aren't ruin characters anymore? Man, don't tempt them. That's a good point. That's a good point. Alright, let's go for the pursuer first. Let's see if I can fuck him up. Uh-oh. Run. There he is. Maybe they could ruin IG-88. Yeah. See, wait, they'll bring back Luke as a Force Ghost and just shit all over him again. Probably. Alright, no need to be so aggressive. I swear to God, bosses seem like they want to kill you in this game. I've just got pulled out of my game thanks to the activation, which means I'm probably dead now. Oh, that was close. Wait, what? Ooh, that was fast of you. I'm not doing as well against this guy as I'd like to. Though I'd actually say Pursuer is one of the stronger fights in all of Dark Souls 2, so... not too much complaints on my end. Ow. Oop. God, this is lagging for me. This is annoying. I need to get a better PC. Desperately. Because this shouldn't be something I should struggle to stream on a PC that I thought was good.
Yeah, you might be right. This is kind of terrible.
Choppy as fuck right now. Sorry, folks. That's the what you gotta get for now, because the PC's poopy. But I'm hoping that I'll be in a position where I can buy a new one by the end of this year. That's my expectation. Wow, there's some eager fucking assholes right here.
Seeing as it is 5 AM for me, I think I'm going to drop out at this point.
Fair enough. See you tomorrow, Flim Flam.
You have fun.
You too.
Bye-bye.
$20 that the movie will summed up with an NPC-spawned rebel fleet flying over the First Order over Starkiller Base Vision 2. Rey will learn Force Flight / Shield and deflect its giant laser back at itself. That is a movie I would like to see, Sapphire. Because it would be so easy to criticize. How badly do you think the prequels messed up the originals compared to the prequels, sequels? Yeah, I think the sequels have done more damage, because the biggest thing people point to for the prequels dealing damage is the Midichlorians, which to me, and Yoda is usually another one, but I don't know, I agree with a couple of other people. Midichlorians didn't really fuck anything up too badly, as much as people like to say that it takes away the magic. Like, okay. But it's still nothing doesn't. It's not like nothing makes sense anymore. And it's not like they said you have to have a high midichlorian count to be a good Jedi or something. They just said that midichlorians allow you to control things in the Force. Everyone has one of them. Some have more than others. I think that's how that works. I don't know. But compare that to what they did to Luke. It's like there's just no contest. Thoughts on Babbages? I don't know what that is. What about the Crystal Fox boys? Total not Hoth guys. Also, what the fuck kind of evolutionary system involves a species as similar in composition to the world itself? Another question is, how do they sleep? Wouldn't they, if they were to rest, the little crystally things would stab into them and stuff? I don't know, that seems kind of weird to me. Also, let's get this sword upgraded. Thoughts on Need for Speed and other racing games? I like Burnout. That's unfortunately all I can really offer you in terms of an answer. So we need 2, 3, so that's 5, right? That's large time, right? Cool. Shut up, old fat man. I don't need your assistances. Oh wait, yeah, I do have that. True. Alright, we'll probably kill the last giant and then I'll stop there just because I've been streaming for, it'll be nearly 4 hours at that point. Which is more than I ever should have done. Let's be honest. Do you think that Juju would backtrack on the fact that Luke died and make an excuse like he teleported or something else? Yes. I think that's entirely possible. And that I would laugh just as much at that as I would at many other decisions he could make to try and fix The Last Jedi. Well, you know, fix it by making the next movie. Maybe it's not the PC but the game? It's possible, but I'm pretty sure it's my PC. Because it's been acting up this past year or so. But in fairness to my PC, it's done a lot. I'm proud of this one in terms of how much it's gotten me in terms of content creation and running of games. Not amazing, but hey. Why does Emi get to leave? If watching anime prawn doesn't make a cartoon, then watching gay prawn shouldn't make me gay, right? I'm gonna say yes. Tell me about Skyrim, why is it so bad? I have not played it enough to be able to give a strong answer for that one. Similar composition is weird, we're all carbon based. I'm pretty sure he probably means that it's like a crystal caverns area on that planet, and then all of the foxes are also crystals. Like, just because there's deserts on Earth doesn't mean we have sand creatures, if that makes any sense. But I can't remember how I get through... Oh yeah, I need to go this way. Like, we do have creatures that do well in the sand, but we don't have creatures made of sand. I guess is probably what he's getting at. Oh, so fuck you, game. Just fuck you. I hate these guys. So annoying. Like, their layering is just frustrating as all hell. Okay. Well, at least I got my innovations to help me with the boss. Let's open this as well. Yeah, hi guys. Oh, so choppy right now. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stop streaming after this. Sand creatures are coarse and rough and they get everywhere. Have you seen 12 Angry Men? If so, your thoughts? I really liked it. I didn't expect to, considering it was so old, but I really liked 12 Angry Men. Thoughts on Avatar The Last Airbender cartoon? I need to watch it because ER and Wolf both advocate for how good it is, and I'm inclined to believe them. As well as Passion of the Nerd, actually. He's someone else who thinks it's good, so... What's your opinion on JJ lying and saying he saw Episode 8 script 2 years ago and he was mad that he wasn't director then, and then he said 2 years ago but it was proven there was no plan for the trilogy? Was it proven? Because we got Ray saying, well, Daisy Ridley saying that there was a plan, but that Rian Johnson didn't go through with it. Are the Fox Sphere actually crystal, or are they just covered in crystals? I'm assuming the actual thing was that they're... like, it's a natural crystal formation. I don't know, honestly. I hated Anakin Skywalker because he didn't like sand. Oh no. Alright, here we go. Whoa. Well, thanks for playing, Mr. Giant. Yeah, that was bracing. I suppose. Ooh, he did not die with dignity, did he? What? Oh, that's boring. Also, something I still haven't seen addressed. What happened to make the robot hand tech regress? Like, why would Luke downgrade from skin to... I don't know, man. We can assume the skin part of Luke's metal arm degraded over time and he couldn't get it touched up while he was on the island. I don't know if that's what we should assume from that. But it might be. What do you think of the Last Jedi's attempt to muddy the water between light and dark, good and bad? I think they did an awful job of doing that, because that concept can be very interesting, and they did it terribly. Death by 1,000 pokes. Is that it? What the hell kind of boss is that? Welcome to Dark Souls 2. The majority of the bosses are an embarrassment. They're just big punching bags, basically. Once again, we see a fantastic AI. He ran away from me, found some boxes, attacked them. And now he's after me. There we go. Good stuff. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up there, folks. It was fun. I do a lot of spontaneous streams at this point. I am currently working on the script for my long-form critique of The Force Awakens. But I can guarantee to you, that I think it's 2 weeks from now, I'm going to release the Rage video for Force Awakens, and then 2 weeks after that is going to be one part of the critique per week. So within a month's time, you should be getting quite a decent chunk of content from my channel, hopefully. If I don't die, should be the only thing that prevents me from doing that. As well as on April Fool's Day, I have plans as well, so plenty of fun to come. So thank you for watching my stuff, obviously, and for joining me on my stream. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, fun to come.
Hey, Rex. How you doing?